Hello and welcome to the Junior Primetime session of 2024 Powerlifting America Classic Age Division Nationals. I'm your host, Adriana Davis, joined in the booth by none other than Nico Flores, coming all the way out from Texas to get here. We are going to get started in the Light A, the women's division. We're going to have some phenomenal battles across the board. The 63s, returning national champion Daisy, going to be contending with newcomers in Natalie and Angelina. In the 69s, going to be a hot battle between Carolyn Connor, Haley Hunter. Again, another battle in the 84 kilo class, Layla Soto versus Asha Hopkins, with returning national champion in Antara Jackson. And in the 84 plus kilo class, Chelsea Anamore looking to make a statement as she moves up into the junior division. It's going to be a fun session. And we are going to get started here with Octavia Hill opening up with 125 kilos. Now Octavia is in the 57 kilo class. We did have a lifter in an earlier session post up a 380 kilo total. So Octavia is going to have to hit a total over that to become the national champion. The previous best is 390 kilos. And that moved fairly well.
It's a really easy opener from her. I'm excited to see all these women compete. Like, this is probably one of the most anticipated sessions for the entire week.
Yep, and looking ahead, a lot of these lifters going to be contending for a world's team spot. We're going to bring a stacked U.S. team to the Junior World Championships in Malta. Now, Angelina Martinez.
Opening up with 155 kilos.
155 kilos.
What's her current PR right now?
Her current best is 167.5. Now, Angelina, she has never been on the Powerlifting America national stage, has only been competing since 2022, but is in for a hot battle between her and Natalie Hunter, contending with reigning national champion in Daisy Garcia.
Really easy opener. So that's only 12.5 under her competition max right now. I think she's going to be due for a PR today.
I think so too. She's
Awesome.
having to cut into the class while some of her other lifters are eating up, such as Natalie. But now we've got Daisy Ariola Garcia staying in the 63 kilo class. 160 on the bar for her. Now she's a bit of a squat specialist. Already coming out fired up for that opening attempt. 160 kilos on the bar.
Really
She's
securing
got
that
a lot
narrow
of
grip in too.
She's got a lot of experience behind her, having won. She has won last year's national championships, went on to compete on the world stage, looking to make her return.
Nice. Let's see what the judges say from that. From this angle, it looked a little close on depth, but there, yeah, I think that was a
got a
depth
good
call.
eye. Let's watch that on the replay.
Yeah.
And honestly, Daisy's squats have always been a bit borderline. Yeah, I think the judges made the right call on that. Just with the way she squats, she's got that super narrow stance. It's going to be a little more difficult for her to hit depth. I'll be interested to see if she keeps that weight or decides to go up, considering she is in a battle with the other two ladies. Now, Antara Jackson, 165 on the bar for her. And Tara is the defending two-time national champion in the 84 kilo class. Has been on the world stage.
She placed third at Worlds last year?
Yep, podium at Worlds last year.
Impressive.
Looking to defend her title, but she's got some newcomers in Layla Soto. That moved well. Maybe a little bit slow out of the hole, but nothing to worry about. She could be a lifter that just squats slow.
All smiles after that, so I'm assuming it felt good.
Natalie Hunter.
I'm excited to see how Natalie does today.
Yeah, Natalie, she's got a lot of height behind her.
Yeah.
She is coming in as a 63 kilo lifter, eating up into the weight class.
What did she weigh in for this meet?
She weighed in at 61.75
Yeah, she had a lot of room left
Yeah,
here.
and previously she had to make a cut. Potentially could have put a dampen on her performance, especially in the bench and deadlift. But now she has been able to eat into this meet, opening up with 175 kilos. Just a phenomenal squat for her opening attempt as a 63 kilo lifter.
All right, let's see this. This is going to determine how the rest of her attempts look afterwards, too. A little shaky on that unrack. Trying to find a good
Maybe
stable
just a bit
position.
of nerves. I mean, that first squat is the most nerve-wracking lift of the entire
100%.
meet, honestly.
And that was smoked.
Oh, and they moved so well.
Smoked. Yeah, undeniable depth also. Even from the front angle, like not even remotely
No
close.
question there. The squat is her thing. I mean, previously she squatted 183 kilos.
So let's pay attention to Carolyn following her because she's opening up with the same weight, and I'm anticipating a really close battle between the both of them today.
Yeah, I mean, Carolyn, she is going to be in a close battle. She's in the 69 kilo
Oh, she's up in the
division.
weight class. Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at them, they're squatting about the
Yeah.
same, kind of have the same build. But yeah, Carolyn Connor, returning two-time national champion, has only competed on the national and international stage, never competed at a local meet. Opening up with
That's crazy.
175 kilos. Yeah, that is
That's
a
crazy.
stat. Only been competing since 2022. And she is under fire here from Haley Hunter, having to defend her title.
That was really easy.
Being coached there on the side by Alex Sidor, who competed earlier this morning. And yeah, super easy squat for her. I mean, even though she's a newcomer to the sport, her execution has always been on point. She's a really good game day performer. Now Haley Hunter,
400 pounds
being
on the
coached
bar
by
for
Joey
Haley.
Flex, 182.5. She's the newcomer to the scene here.
It's our first 400-pound squat of the day. It's on the opening.
It's her
opening
opening
attempts.
attempt. The squat is, she's a bit of a squat specialist, has previously hit 195 kilos. And the world record in the 69 kilo division sits at 200 kilos. So she's got a lot of hype behind her, especially in the squat event. Especially given that she's in a battle and the squats are her thing, she's gonna want to cover a lot of ground here early on.
Really easy walkout because she looks stable.
Yeah, she's confident with the weight. Let's see how it moves. Depth look good.
A little sticky.
A
from
little
that.
sticky. Yep, she hits depth, comes up, no question on depth, gets 3 white lights. But yeah, I saw the same thing you did. A bit sticky. She could have gotten back on her heels a tiny bit. It could be nerves. I'll be interested to see.
Yeah, the
where
opening
she
squat,
goes.
the first attempt of the meet is always the
It's
most stressful one.
nerve-wracking. It's nerve-wracking. Once you get that first squat out of the way, honestly, the rest of the meet feels a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Now, Alexa Brianna coming out to 182.5, another squat over 200, over
400,
400 pounds. She's actually made
That
a
was
lot
really deep,
yeah,
too.
She's
Really
made a
smooth
lot of
squat.
progress. Her previous personal best is 180. Oh,
I think there was a command that was jumped on that one.
I think so too.
Because that was really easy. The depth looks fine to me. Like, well.
Yeah, depth looked very good. I think I'm not sure. She might have jumped either the rat command or the
Start command.
start command. But, I mean, those referees caught it. All 3 gave those yellow cards, meaning that she's not going to be able to go to the jury.
All right, next up we got Chelsea, and I'm really excited to see how she does today.
She has got a lot of hype behind her on social media.
A lot of
Talking
hype.
some big game as she moves up to the junior division in the 84-plus kilo class. She's the big favorite here to walk away with the title. In her first year as a junior lifter, she previously competed at the World Championships as a sub-junior. Looking to contend with Ireland's Listis Osele.
That was
So
fat.
easy.
That looked like a last warm-up. She's got a lot in the tank for today. A red on the right side.
Yep, she gets a red card indicating that that judge did not think she squatted deep enough. But in powerlifting, the majority rules, she gets 2 white lights, meaning that that lift is going to count regardless.
I am so invested in that drama too. It's so entertaining.
It's so interesting. Now, Asha Hopkins, 197.5.
She is an 84-kilo lifter, while squatting an opening with 197.5 kilos.
That's 435 pounds. And she's made a lot of progress since her last meet. This is just 5 kilos under her personal best. Being coached by Mustache Fitness, Carly Suplinski. And that moved well, especially for being only 5 kilos under her personal best.
I think I saw what it was. I
Let's
think
see
the
on the
knees,
replay.
the knees were soft.
So she got 2 red cards given, indicating that she didn't squat deep enough, and that was close.
Oh, that was on depth call instead?
It was
Okay.
a depth call, and it was right there on the
Yeah,
border.
that was really close.
I'm not sure.
I wonder if she's going to go up from that.
I don't think her coaches are going to head to the jury, have that conversation to try to overturn it, and they could, given that they got 1 white light. But now her direct competitor, Layla Soto, opening up with 202.5 kilos. Both of these lifters, Layla and Asha, making their debut to the Powerlifting America national stage. Layla seems to be the favorite, but Asha, she's really made a ton of progress. Let's see Layla, how her opener moves.
Easy and smooth 445-pound squat there.
Super easy.
What's her current best?
Her current best is 216.5 kilos. And in training, she squatted the big 5.
Yeah, she did. I did see that.
That big 500-pound squat.
That was a crazy squat.
We can see how close she gets to that today. We're moving fast here, and that is something that these lifters are going to have to adapt to.
It's only been like 12 minutes. We're already on second attempt.
It's been fast. It feels like I just saw Octavia Hill. She's going to be taking her second attempt at 132.5.
She took a 7.5 kilo jump. I think that was appropriate for considering how her first set moved.
Yeah, her opener moved fairly well. And this would actually match her previous personal best. So let's see how she handles it.
A smooth second attempt.
Yeah, pretty smooth all the way through. And that's kind of how you want a second attempt to move, right?
Yeah.
You don't want it to be super easy where you're still warming up on the platform. You
Yeah.
don't have any indication of where to go on your third. But you want it to be, you know, not too hard to where
Something
you're
to
just
set you up
gassing
for
the
a
tank.
really good third attempt. That's
Exactly.
exactly what you're looking for. All right, Daisy's going to repeat 160 here. She missed her opener on
It
depth.
was on depth. And she's always been a close squatter, just given that she is so strong, but just given her form, given that narrow stance, it's going to be a little more difficult.
Yeah, she's got to make this a little bit more convincing than the last one.
Yeah, and I mean, she's competed on the IPF international stage. She knows how to execute. Let's see it.
I think that one was better.
It
for
looked
sure.
better. It
That
looked
one looked a
better.
lot better in this point of view. Let's see what the judges say.
And you know what? Since she squatted a little deeper, it
Yeah.
did move a little bit
There
slower.
we go. Now she's in the game,
Good
ready to
lift.
go. Set herself up for a nice third.
Let's see how this looks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that definitely looked better. It's always going to be on that border, just given her form, given
Yeah.
her leverages, but that looks better.
All smiles from Angelina before she does her second attempt at 165. Took a 10-kilo jump from her opener here.
Yeah, pretty sizable jump, and not all that uncommon in this squat event. And this is just 2.5 kilos under her personal best.
Ooh.
Really trying to gain some ground here as she contends with Natalie Hunter in that 63-kilo battle. Currently, Natalie is forecasted ahead, but that forecasted total, it changes throughout the day. It can be a trap if you pay attention too much to it. Let's see 165 from Angelina. Deb looks no question.
A little sticky halfway through. I think she bottomed out a little bit. That looked a lot deeper than her first
She might
squat.
have. Yeah, I mean, just watching that depth look undeniable.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's good to hit that required depth, but sometimes if you go a little too far,
lose
it
a lot
can
of it.
take some out of the tank.
There's a lot of the control, a lot of the tension that you have in your abdomen, your core.
Now, Tara Jackson, returning national champion, jumping 7.5 kilos to 172.5. This is actually her previous personal best that she's matching here. See how she moves it. Depth look good.
Yeah, I think she is just a slow squatter because that
Her opener
yeah.
was a tiny bit slow too, and like I said, some lifters, their opener will move slow and it gets a bit worrying, and then they can just go up from there.
At the end of the day, it doesn't matter how fast it is. If you still get your third attempt, that's all that matters.
Exactly, yeah. She's building some strong momentum. And Carolyn Connor going to be looking to do the same. 182.5 for her second attempt.
That's a bit conservative considering how smooth her opener looked. 7.5 kilo jump.
7.5 kilos. They could be pacing for
Yeah.
something around 187, 190,
Yeah.
but she's going to have to hit the second attempt first. She has made phenomenal progress in the gym since last competing at the Junior World Championships, where she ended up placing 4th. And her progress has just been probably the most insane progress I've seen from any newcomer in the sport.
All right, let's see this. 182 and 402 pounds.
400 pounds. Depth look good.
That was smooth too.
She is just an executionist.
Yeah.
2-1, gets a yellow card. I believe that referee thought that she might have jumped the rack command, but nonetheless, she gets that lift in. 2-1.
It is time for our first national record of the night.
And it has only been 15 minutes.
Yeah, 185.5 kilos, 408.96 pounds.
And clearly she's made some progress in the gym. Getting the advantage of eating up into the weight class has really served her well. 185.5. In her opener flew, I expect this to go. National record attempt for Natalie Hunter in the 63-kilo class. Starting up strong in this battle here with Angelina Martinez and Daisy Garcia. Really trying to get focused up here.
Okay, that unrack was a lot better than her opening attempt.
Yeah, and I mean, she's only been competing about 2 years. Already trying to contend for a national team spot. Look, no
that
question.
was a beautiful
Oh,
looking
wow.
squat. That was the easiest national record we'll ever see.
That was phenomenal to see. 185.5, new national record for Natalie Hunter.
She's got a lot more in the tank, too, and we're going to see that for her third attempt squat.
Already starting off strong in her debut to the Powerlifting American national stage. Now, Alexa Brianna Gachateau missed her opening attempt with 182.5. Got yellow cards, some sort of technical issue, wasn't a strength issue.
Yeah. Let's see if she can wait for all the commands here in the next kick, just the same exact way that she did.
Yeah, I mean, her opener moves smooth. I think that's why they decided to jump 5 kilos. Yeah, definitely no question there. Yeah, if you hear the coaching staff yell, hold it, hold it.
Yeah, so
And
she
should
must
be
have
good.
jumped for
3
a
guard
short command.
lights. And yeah, I mean, she's only been competing since 2023. So, of course, you come out, it's your first time on a little bit of a bigger stage. You're going to be nervous.
All right, next up we got Haley Hunter jumping up 7.5 kilos from her opener all the way up to 190 kilos.
Ooh. 190 kilos for Haley Hunter.
So this is 7.5 above what Carolyn did for her second attempt.
Yeah, Haley Hunter really going to be trying to gain some ground here in the squat event. Given that this is her event, she's a little bit of a squat specialist, has a lot of hype on her squat. She squatted 200 kilos in the gym. And that is currently the world record in this class, 200 kilos. So
That's the world record in this class?
She's just got a phenomenal
That
squat
is
on her.
an impressive squat.
I'm excited to see how she moves this 190 kilos.
All right.
A little bit more fired up for it than she is with her opener. Yeah, she's super fired up. Just look at her face. So determined. Trying to get a world's team spot. Oh!
Good catch by the spotters there.
Yeah, spotters keeping our lifter safe. Let's see if she had some sort of misgroup here. Maybe fell back on her heels.
She's going to have one more attempt at that if she decides to stay there, but definitely going to go out one more time at least.
Yeah, I think she might have just kind of went back a little bit. Maybe the travel could have impacted her. I mean, I remember on her opening attempt, we saw a little bit of a sticking point there out of the hole.
All right. Next up, we got Chelsea with 192.5, going up 10 kilos from a really easy opening attempt.
Yeah, I mean, her opener was...
Yeah, she did get one rep from the side for depth, so let's see if this is a little bit more convincing.
192.5. Chelsea Enamore really trying to make a splash in the junior division. I mean, she's only 19 years old.
19 years
I think
old.
she's just graduating high school
That
and
was
moving
just as easy
192.5 like
as her
that.
opening attempt.
Yep, Friola. It's a good lift for Chelsea. And now Asha Hopkins in the 84-kilo battle. Going to come out next to 202.5. Now, she missed her opening attempt based on not squatting deep enough.
Sometimes you just need a little bit more weight on the bar to sit you down.
Yep, that can be the reasoning there. It can be a bit dicey. You miss your opening attempt.
Yeah.
Sometimes lifters and coaches opt to go up to a planned second instead. This looks like a little bit more of a conservative jump, given
for
how
sure.
fast her opener move. Just trying to gain a bit of ground. So let's see how she handles this.
Especially in a meet like a national level meet like this, every
And
single
when you're
kilo
in
matters.
a battle,
Yep. Good job waiting for that star command.
let's see what the judges say. It looks, again, on that border.
Yeah.
Again, yep.
Let's
2
see
to
if the
1.
judges or
Let's
the
see this
coach
replay.
just wants to challenge that. It is challengeable. It's 2 to 1.
Yeah, if I'm being honest, I think it looked high. I don't think the judge or her coaching staff is going to go to the jury.
All right, let's move on. Now we're going on to another national record
Our
with
second one of the day.
213 kilos.
From Layla Soto.
What's the pound conversion? I don't even know. 469.5.
Layla Soto, her first time on the Powerlifting America national stage, has the capability of breaking the total world record unofficially. Currently sits at 565.5. But first, 213 for her. Wow.
Beautiful.
And it moved like a second attempt should.
Beautiful.
Sometimes you see lifters, yep, 3 white lights, expected nothing less. sometimes you see lifters jump, maybe they're close to a record attempt, they jump to that on their second attempt, just given that it's so close, and it can be a bit ambitious, it's a bit too hard, but that legitimately moved like a second attempt there.
All right, now we're already on the third attempts
It's
of the first flight.
here.
We are flying. These lifters have probably 9 to 10 minutes in between their attempts.
Octavia Hill in that 57 kilo class, 137.5, trying to go 3 for 3 on the day.
And this is a 2.5 above her current PR, right?
This would be a 5 kilo
5
PR
kilos
for
up.
her. Trying to contend with that 380 kilo.
That was an
total that she's
excellent
gonna be.
choice for today. Now she's got a
That
lot of
looked like
gas
the
left in the
perfect
tank.
call.
She's going to have a lot of energy for the rest
3
of the
white
day.
lights. Good lift for Octavia
And
Hill.
she's happy too.
Yeah, starting off strong. Now, Angelina Martinez. We're back in the 63 kilo division.
Going up 2.5 kilos from that second attempt, I think this is the right move too.
I think it's the good call. Her second attempt wasn't an all-out grinder, so they could have potentially put on 5. But, I mean, when you're in one of these battles, every lift is going to count. Those extra 2.5 kilos could make the difference at the end of the day. She's trying to match her personal best with 167.5, 369 pounds for the 63 kilo lifter.
Really smooth on rack there. All right, let's see this third attempt. Yeah, definitely was a smart call there. She could have went up 5 potentially, but it probably would have been a lot harder than that.
That was a really good fight out of
Yeah.
Angelina Martinez.
I think she blasted that sticking point a lot better than she did with her second attempt.
Yeah, I mean, she came out really determined to get that. And like we said time and time again, every lift, every extra kilo is going to count when you're in a tight battle.
Yeah.
And Angelina really starting off the day strong, going 3 for 3 in the squats.
All right, now we're going up to Daisy, jumping up 7.5 from her second attempt to 167.5 kilos. Like we mentioned before, her first and opening attempt was called for depth, so she's going to make this just as convincing as her second attempt.
She's the defending national champion, in contention with Angelina and Natalie. Let's see how this looks.
Okay, let's see what the judges say from that.
I think that was a good call based on strength.
Yeah.
Yep, again, waiting to see what the judges
Yeah.
say. And you've got a good eye.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's going to be no lift for Daisy. 2-1. It was right there.
Yeah, it was
I mean,
right
they
there.
could have that conversation with the jury. Honestly, I would if I were the coaching staff, given how borderline it is. But we're going to move on to Tara Jackson, 175 kilos, another minimum 2.5 kilo jump.
Based on the way her second moved, I think this should be relatively easy.
I think this should go. Currently projected in 3rd place. In a bit of a battle here between her and Alexa Brianna for that bronze medal.
Yep. Honestly, that was a good call, too.
That looked like a really good call.
Going back to the depth calls for this lift, this is one of the strictest and most pristine levels of competition that there are. So the judging is going to be very high standard here. All right, now we got Carolyn Connor ending with 187.5 kilos on squat.
Yeah,
Jumping
but
up
her
5
second
kilos.
attempt moved so well. She's going to be in a fight with Haley Hunter. And now, Haley Hunter unfortunately missed her second attempt. Going to be repeating that, so she's not going to gain that ground that she was looking for in the squats. So Carolyn Connor really just trying to make her attempts, and she does. She's an executionist. Because when you're in these battles, it's not about completely maxing out all the time. Sometimes you just got to make your lifts. You're going to come out on top. Let's see this 187.5. And this would already be a
87.5 here.
This would be a 5 kilo PR here.
And that was a great execution on that squat.
Yeah, phenomenal squatting from Carolyn Connor.
I think Alex made a really good call jumping 5 too, because like you mentioned before, since Haley, we know that Haley's a good squatter. She was in a position where Carolyn just had to make all of her squat attempts.
Yep, and potentially the coaching staff saw that, hey, she missed that second attempt. It kind of looked like strength, and now that could be somewhat of an indication of how the day goes.
Yeah.
Now, of course, Haley could turn it around she's coming back now, repeating 190 kilos. The day's not over. You never know if Carolyn could drop the ball later.
Yeah.
So you really have got to compartmentalize. Think of each attempt as its own, and Haley's going to do that as she's going to attack 190 kilos here.
Regardless, this is a huge lift for her.
Yeah, this is a big squat nonetheless.
Yeah. All right, let's see if she can clean it up, because we did mention that she did misgroup her second attempt.
Depth looks good. Oh,
Just a little bit too much on the day for her.
it's just not going to be there, and that's a bit of a surprise, given that she has squatted 190 routinely in the gym, 200 kilos.
There are a lot of external factors that could have taken into
Exactly.
play here.
She's coming out of California. She could have had potentially a bad cut. Potentially the travel could have affected her more than she thought.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do another national record attempt here with Natalie Hunter, 190.5 kilos. The pound conversion is 419.9 pounds.
Just a phenomenal squat here from Natalie Hunter.
She is a junior lifter in the 63 kilo weight class.
And you know what? The current world record in the class sits at 185.
So this is 5 kilos above the world record. And we're watching it live right now.
And she only started competing in 2022. Now on the biggest of stages, Powerlifting American National Championships, trying to go to an even bigger stage, the world stage. Let's see this 190.5. Ooh, that looks like a really good call.
That was an amazing call there.
Being handled there by Matt Gary, and he is fired up with that. Phenomenal squatting out of Natalie Hunter.
190.5.
Going 3 for 3, and that's important. I mean, she is building that momentum in that battle with Angelina Martinez. Walked away with that national record, and the chip too is also important to note. Coming down to the end of the day, that means that her contender, given that Angelina does have the deadlift advantage as well, she's probably going to have to go 2.5 kilos more. But now first, Alexa Brianna jumping 5 kilos to 192.5. Her second attempt moved good. It should go. Depth is always no question. And yeah, it looked like an awesome call.
Got a really convincing
coaching
depth
staff.
from both sides. Undeniable.
Yeah, 3
Really
white
good
lights.
execution there. Really good cleanup after missing the opening attempt squat too.
Yeah, and it can be difficult mentally when you miss that opening attempt. And now we stayed in the 84 kilo class as Asha Hopkins facing a tough situation here, back against the wall, hasn't made a lift yet, is going to have to repeat 202.5 to stay in the meet and also stay in contention for the national title.
She's going to make this a lot more convincing than her first 2 attempts.
Everything is on the line here.
Yeah.
She's got to sink it. If she does not, she is going to face a bomb out. Let's see her do it. Oh my gosh, and it's a fight. Let's see what the judges say. I thought it looked better than her first 2 attempts. Okay. Unfortunately, again, let's see this on the replay. I mean, she is just always going to be this borderline squatter. It was right there on the border. Unfortunately, she did get 3 reds, so she's not going to be able to have that conversation with the jury. And that kind of leads back to her second and first attempts when potentially they could have gotten to the jury, given that they got 1 white light. Unfortunately, for Asha Hopkins, she's not going to be able to register a total. But we are moving on to Chelsea Enamore, taking another 10 kilo jump to 202.5.
What's her current max?
Her previous personal best is 217.5. So a bit of a surprise here. I mean, her first 2 attempts moved very well. She could potentially be thinking to herself, hey, I've got Worlds coming up, given that I walk away with this national title. Let's just do enough to hit the title, maybe not gas yourself out. If you don't have to go all out, then why would you?
So we got a re-rack
command
here.
She's got 18 seconds to get that squat command.
Wonder what it was.
I thought it potentially could have been soft knees.
Okay.
From my perspective, it looked good.
She's got 8 seconds left.
She's just got to get that squat command before the time runs out. Knees looked a lot better. There she gets. Get that squat command.
Yeah, that was really easy. I think she's saving a lot in the tank today.
Yeah, moved well. And, I mean,
even after re-racking it, too.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was about to say.
Oh, my.
Having to re-rack it and then coming back, she looks like she's feeling good.
Adriana, we were loading a 227. kilo squat.
This is 500 pounds for Layla Soto. While her competitor, Asha Hopkins, unfortunately bombed out, Layla Soto already walked away with a national record in their second attempt, looking to bump that to 227.
227 kilos from an 84-kilo lifter.
From a junior,
and
nonetheless.
a junior.
And Layla Soto, 500 pounds.
Smooth on rack.
Let's see her hit this. She's done this before in the gym. Can she bring it to the platform?
What
Ooh,
a
it's
fight. What
really good call
a
from her coach,
fight.
Brandon Petrie.
And the
2-1,
lift
it's
is
a
good.
lift. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
she
she is
celebrates.
fired up.
Phenomenal day
Oh
thus far
my
in the squad event
gosh.
from Layla Soto. That was awesome. That was a really great squad event.
500-pound squat.
And this is her debut to the Powerlifting American National stage, and she is really starting off strong.
Wow, I got goosebumps from that one.
Yeah,
That was an exciting
that
squat.
was a really exciting flight of squats. We had many national records, including Natalie Hunter, 190.5, Layla Soto, 227. But now we are going to move on to the men's flight. Justin Chapa, going to start us off with a 160-kilo squat. Justin is a 53-kilo lifter. In the junior division, he is fresh out of the sub-junior division.
Easy.
Yep, easy
Look
attempt.
confident. Smiles on his face.
Yeah, it looked slightly shaky, but it kind of looked like that was just how his form goes. Now, Bodie Laco has got the OG US singlet on, just showing how much experience he's got despite being a junior. Has been competing for nearly a decade.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he's got some experience in the game. He is opening up with a 182.5-kilo squat in the 59-kilo class. And his previous best is just 5 kilos above this, so I'm interested to see how this moves. He's looking to return to the world stage after placing third at last year's Worlds.
Easy.
Oh, wow, moved well.
And it's only 5 kilos off of his max?
Yeah, and sometimes you see lifters come out and they're hitting maybe very close to their max. You think maybe they're being too ambitious, but that moved like an opener should. Solid way to start the day for Bodie Laco. Now, Asante Gordon in the 66-kilo class, 195 on the bar for him. This is his debut to the Powerlifting American National stage. And he has only missed one lift in his career.
That is an impressive accomplishment.
I mean,
right there.
it is really amazing to see these young junior lifters just being able to execute on the platform.
Look a little close from the front angle. Let's see what the judges say about that
Yeah, I
one.
want to see what the judges say. Maybe it's the
Yeah.
commentator's curse that I enacted on him. Let's see what they say. They gave red cards for not squatting deep enough.
I'm just going to keep my mouth shut until the lift's done.
Yeah, maybe I should do that too. Now, yep, it looks borderline. I'm interested to see if he repeats or goes up. We are staying in the 66-kilo class.
The front angle is literally the worst for depth also.
It's the worst. I mean, as a referee, it is very, very difficult to judge.
All right. Next up, we got Miguel with 205 kilos, 451 pounds.
Depth looked
Beautiful
good.
looking squat there. Beautiful.
Yeah, if you're looking in contrast, depth looked really good for him.
Yeah.
And it moved fast, 3 wet legs, good lift.
And these spotters and loaders from Texas Strength Systems are in a well-oiled machine. It is like 4 seconds in between each lifter.
Yeah, it is insane. Now, Matt Vaudrell in the 74-kilo class. Going to be in a battle here with Tony Wen. It will be both of their first times on the Powerlifting American National stage. And if we're looking back at the regular session from earlier today, Kane Madison leads the way with a 692.5-kilo total. I expect both Matt and Tony to cross over that, but they are going to have to keep that number in mind if they want to walk away with the national title.
So the rest of these lifters in these flights are opening with 500 pounds
Very
at least.
easy. Yeah. Yeah, exactly what you said. I mean, the bar is always going to be rising within each round. So, yep, you're exactly right. Every lifter, despite being junior lifters, are going to be opening up over 500 pounds here. And now, this is nice. We get to see these two competitors go back-to-back. Tony Wen looking to make a strong debut to the Powerlifting American National stage. Only competed about a month ago. He's having to fight that short turnaround time, opening up with 235 in the squat.
For what I've seen in his training, too, he's got This should be relatively easy for him.
See how this moves.
Yep.
Yep.
Like we said,
Easy.
real easy. The depth is not even questionable at all.
Yep. Throw lights. Good lift.
All right. Next up, we got Austin Nikolai, opening with 237.5. He is the current junior champion, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I believe he's making his debut to the Powerlifting America
Okay.
national stage. And Austin Nikolai has got so much hype behind him. He is looking to make a statement here. He's, as a junior lifter, and a young junior lifter at that, 20 years old at the most, maybe even 19, he is coming in with a goal to unofficially break the world record total, currently sitting at 710.5, and also cross over the highest total in the class, 715.5. And he has the capability of doing so. Let's see how his opener moves.
Yep. I know he can grind too, because he competed at Open Nationals, and he was able to grind through all of his squats and all of his lifts. So
Yeah, as a junior lifter, Austin Nikolai placed bronze at Open Nationals in Reno, Nevada.
all right, moving on to the next lifter, guys. This is a really anticipated lifter. Competing with me,
Borenstein.
Joseph Borenstein.
267.5 for his opening attempt. Joe, probably the most anticipated lifter of perhaps the entire meet. Joe's opening up with a 267.5 kilo squat. Joe moving up from the 74 kilo weight class, making his big debut into the 83s, has a goal to cross over the world record, which is currently Delaney Wallace's.
He's trying to make his statement today, that's for sure.
Yep, trying to cross over 842.5 in the total.
One step at a time, and it starts with this opening squat right here, 267.5.
Exactly.
It's nodding yes already on the unrack.
Yeah, I expect this to go super easy.
Oh
Wow.
my goodness.
And if that is
Oh
any
my
indication
goodness.
of how the day is going to go, we are in for a day here with Joe
He did get a
Borenstein.
red light from the right side, though.
Looks a bit concerned. He is always wanting to execute. But yeah, Joe Borenstein, he has got the potential to even cross over the biggest total done in his class, 860, done by Russell Orkey.
860.
Now, Grant Iverson, 105 kilos. That is his weight class. He is opening up with 270 kilos. Another lifter with a lot of hype behind him. Hasn't competed, besides his qualifier meet, hasn't competed in the full year. So we really are not really sure of what he's capable of.
Well, let's see how this opener moves. 270 kilos, 595 pounds.
Depth looked good. Moved well.
Easy.
270 kilos.
What's his current PR?
His current best is, unfortunately that's going to be a no lift based on depth.
That is a challengeable
Let's
lift,
watch
though,
the replay.
if his coach wants to challenge that lift. And Joey is going to challenge it right now.
Yeah, we're gonna see. They're gonna have that conversation. Based on the replay, I don't know if that's gonna get overturned. It didn't look like an egregiously deep lift, but we're gonna keep you guys updated. But now Brandon Jones in the 93 kilo class, only been competing since 2023.
Oh my goodness.
He is the only 93 kilo lifter in the primetime session, but he is fighting against the total from the regular station, Aiden Rader, 815 kilos, when Brandon has previously hit 817.5. So really gonna have to execute today.
Smoked it.
And he starts off strong, 285 kilos.
285 kilos from a junior.
2 white lights is a good lift. Now, Ian McKenna, we are going to stay in the 93 kilo class. 287.5 on the bar for him. Ian McKenna, a bit of a sleeper in the class. He is also one who could potentially cross over the total that Aiden Rader put up this morning, 815. His previous best is 785.
Is it Aiden Rader or Rotor?
I think it's Rader. I have no idea. Now, Ian, this is going to be a personal best for him. I told you he has made progress. Oh, and it's a personal best, but it is slow.
It's a grind. It's a grind for sure.
Honestly, it looks, if we're being honest, it looked more like a third attempt. Again, could have been a bit of nerves. He looks a bit confused with how it moved, honestly. I expect him to make a small jump from there. But yeah, he's going to be contending with trying to potentially beat out Brandon, potentially cross over Aiden Rader's total. And now we move on to the 120 kilo class. Sean Mills opening up with 307.5. Another lifter who has taken a break from the stage over a year besides his qualifier meet, and he's going to be contending with a huge total from the regular session. Jaden Edwards put up a 910 kilo total. that
Every lift's
Sean
going to
is
be
gonna
important for him
continuing
today.
with. Yep. Sean, even though he's not going to have another 120 kilo lifter in this primetime session, is really going to be in a battle against that huge total.
That was a smoke show of a squat right there.
So easy. Starting off strong. 3 white lights, good lift.
Got a lot of gas in the tank for him. He's going to take pretty big jumps today. All right, now we're already going on to the second attempts. Back to the top of the flight with Justin with 175 kilos, a 15-kilo jump.
15-kilo jump, and that is a relatively big jump considering that he's in the lightest weight class. See how he handles it. This is his debut to the Powerlifting America National stage. And he is a very young junior, just aging out of the sub-juniors, looking to potentially pick up a national title and potentially a world's team spot, just based on how it all shakes out. Bit of a fight, but not, I mean, he had the same sticking point on his opener as well. The sticking point came, and he was ready for it.
Yeah, that was a big jump, too.
It was a big jump, and yep, I expect him to probably make a smaller jump from there.
All right, next we got Bodie Laco. Going with 190 kilos next for his second attempt.
Yep, he has made some progress since his last meet.
Yeah.
This is already going to be a PR for him.
I think that was a pretty conservative jump. His opener looked really good.
Yeah, his opener looked really well. He's going to be contending with a 555-kilo total from Peter Vong. That is a pretty good total for the 59-kilo junior class.
If I'm not mistaken, he's a really strong deadlifter, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
He has got a deadlift on him. And we are going to see that show later. That looks good.
Like I said, I think that was a conservative call.
That looks really, really good for Bodie Laco. Already setting PRs on his second attempts.
All right.
Now,
So on
Asante
Asante's
going-
first attempt, he missed depth, but went up, opted for a 12-kilo jump still.
Yeah, and Asante Gordon, I mean, Austin Nikolai is going to be well ahead in this class, but Asante in a bit of a battle for potentially a podium position between him and Miguel. Yep, Asante, like you said, he missed his opening attempt, opted to go up anyways by 12.5 kilos. It's dicey.
Let's see if he makes it more convincing.
Let's see what the judges say. Again, his squat, just the way he's built, just the way of the form, it's going to be
It's going to be a
always
good lift, though.
borderline.
It's going to
But
be
yep,
a good lift,
that's
though.
a good lift, 2-1. The risk paid off. Sometimes the risk comes
Yeah.
back to burn you, but there he jumped 12.5 kilos.
He definitely controlled the descent a little bit more than he did on his opening attempt, and
Yep,
probably
trying
was
to
able to
reach
feel
down,
where he
find that
needed to hit.
depth.
Yeah.
Now his direct competitor, Miguel, 217.5 for his second attempt.
Yeah, his opener was a beautiful squat.
Yeah, his opener was super, super fast. Currently, they are forecasted just 5 kilos apart. So Miguel could be wanting to make all of his lifts here, being coached by Mikey Davis.
Yep, that was a smooth-looking squat as well. That's an
His
excellent
squat is
for a
just
second
very,
attempt.
very smooth. Like, just his form never gets pulled out of the pocket.
Oh, I think he jumped the command. He got yellows there.
Yeah, potentially jump the command. Let's see if we can see any other technical issue
Yeah.
on the replay. I'm not really sure what that yellow card was for.
Matt Baudril.
All right.
Matt Baudril.
Taking a big jump from 227 to 242.5.
Yeah, I mean, his opening attempt flew for Matt Baudril. And this is just 5 kilos under his previous personal best.
Going to be a battle with him and Tony, so every
Yep,
kilo
really going to be a
matters
battle. 710 is what won the World Championships last year. Between him and Tony, I imagine both of them could cross over that by the time we get to the last deadlifts. Oh,
It was sticky out of the hole. I think he misgrooved it a little bit.
yeah,
But
I think he might have. It was a bit sticky out of the hole, but then it was super fast.
depth call there.
Unfortunately, we are seeing a lot of depth calls here today as we have got the highest standard.
And his coach is going to
at
go
the
challenge that
national
right now.
championships. Yeah, it was right there. I'm not sure if they're going to overturn that. They are going to have that conversation.
Like I said, I think he just misgrooved that one too.
Austin Nikolai.
Austin Nikolai, 250 kilos on the bar for him. He is on a hunt to total as much as he can in order to get a world's team spot. I mean, he as long as he makes a lift in each discipline, he's going to walk away
Yeah.
the national champion.
And I think he knows that too. He's just trying to get these lifts in right now.
Yeah, he's got a bigger goal in mind. Looking to total over the biggest total in the weight class, 715.5 by Jonathan Garcia. Now that 250 moved well. I'll be interested to see where he goes from there. He has a previous best of 265 kilos, so I don't think they're going to jump quite there to 15 kilos.
Yeah, don't really need to right now.
Something in between. Yeah, and like I said, he's likely got that national championship locked up.
All right, Tony's jumping all the way to 250, a 15-kilo jump from his opener. Based off the way his opener moved, I think this is an appropriate call.
Let's see how this moves. He is in a battle here with Matt Fodrell, who missed that second attempt. Let's see if Tony can get this in.
Easy-looking second attempt, too.
Yeah, that looked pretty solid. Look how a second attempt should. 3 white lights, good lift. Now Tony has gained some ground, made that second attempt while Matt Fodrell ended up missing, and Matt ended up jumping 7.5 kilos anyways. If Matt ends up missing that, that is a pivotal miss in the fight with him and Tony. Now Grant Iverson, another depth call, missed his opening attempt, opted to jump 5 kilos anyways. Looking to fall not too far behind. Now there's not going to be another 105 kilo lifter in this session that he's going to have to worry about, but he is going to be wanting to total over what Connor Parks put up in the regular session, 792.5.
That was definitely a lot deeper. Definitely a lot deeper from this point of view.
Yeah, and it was a little bit slower just because he was able to
3 white
reach
lights.
that depth. 3 white lights, good lift. And Grant Iverson himself is a good game day handler, so he's kind of helping out his coaching staff there. Now Joe Borenstein,
Oh, man.
285 kilos. This matches his previous personal best. If this moves well, he could be pacing for a big PR squat on the route to try to cross over the biggest total in the class, 842.5 in his debut to the 83 kilo class. And as a junior, just so excited to see what he does here today.
Yeah,
But
he
he's
did
gotta
get a call on
execute
depth on
throughout
the left
day.
side from his first attempt, so he's got to make this really convincing on both sides.
Yeah,
Based off the way the speed was, though, on his opening attempt, this should be just as smooth.
yeah, he's got to getting focus. Needs to get that squat command before the time runs out. He's got 10 seconds.
He's got plenty of time. All right, let's see this.
285 for Joe Borenstein. Oh my God.
Smoked it. He smoked it.
He smoked his previous personal best. Oh, ooh, unfortunately, gets no lift. These depth calls today.
Can challenge that.
Let's see
Brandon
on the
Petry's going to
replay
challenge
how
that right
that
now, too.
moved.
I don't
It
know.
moved good.
I think that can get overturned.
I think that could get overturned. His handler, Brandon Petry, gonna have that conversation. Now, we're gonna keep you updated if that gets overturned. We've had a lot of lifts that had the potential of getting overturned, but I think that one was on the side of could get overturned.
All right, next up we got Ian with 290 kilos. This is a 2.5 kilo jump from his opening attempt. His opening attempt, like we mentioned before, did look pretty hard. So,
Yeah, he just jumped 2.5 kilos. I'm not even sure if he's.
yeah,
gonna come
there's a
out,
0 in
actually.
afterwards, so I think he's just
I
scratching
don't
it,
think
to be
he's
honest.
going to come out. I
Okay.
think that's the move. You could get a little bit overzealous, kind of thinking that, hey, maybe I just lock in, get this attempt. But his opening attempt was a bit slow, and
Yeah.
it was already a 2.5 kilo personal best.
And you really don't want to waste any energy if you don't have to,
Exactly. It's a long day if you gas yourself in the squats.
especially with 290 kilos plus on your back.
Exactly.
All right, so they're timing him out, giving the rest of the lifters another extra minute for them to relax, because it is a fast flight, so there's not that
Yep.
much rest in between each
Yeah,
attempt.
exactly. Like we said before, the platform is completely different. You've got to deal with the different flights. Now, Brandon Jones, 302.5 for his second attempt squat.
What's his personal best?
His personal best is 320,
320.
over 700 pounds. Brandon's going to be contending with the total that Aiden Rader put up in the regular session, 815. Going to have to execute throughout the day. Let's see this 302.5 from Brandon Jones.
Smoked it.
That looked good from here. Gotta wait to see what the judges say.
Ooh, so head
Unfortunately,
judge.
that is going to be a no lift 2 red lights. Let's watch on this replay. Gets 1 red card for depth, 1 yellow card.
Oh, I think the lift was good because the head judge just stood up and then raised her hand. I think she had a misclick there. Yeah, I think she had a misclick there.
Okay, I think the chief referee had a misclick. I think that was
Awesome.
a good lift. They're going to look to get that corrected on lifting cast.
Yeah.
We'll wait to see if that gets corrected.
I was about to say, because that was a really convincing squat from this point of view, too. So
Now, Sean Mills going to close out the second attempt with 330 kilos.
is this his personal best right now, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, his personal best is 331.
So 1 kilo
Hasn't-
under his max.
Hasn't been on the stage, on the platform for a little bit, looking to make his return and his debut to the Powerlifting America National stage. He is a consistent lifter, but under fire, going to be contending with that huge 9-10 kilo total from the regular session.
Yeah,
Depth is always no question.
That was an easy
and
squat.
clearly he
Easy
has made
squat.
a lot of progress since he last competed.
Yep.
3 white lights, good lift for Sean Mills.
I think he has at least 1 more kilo in him.
I think so too. I think we're going to see a personal best out of him.
Yeah. All right, wrapping up these third attempt squats, or with third attempt squats right now. We're loading an American record for this first third attempt. 180.5 kilos for a 53 kilo lifter.
That is impressive. And Justin Chapa, like you said, national record for him. Fresh out of the sub-juniors
Yeah.
too, already contending.
This is over a 3 times bodyweight squat.
Yeah, already, wow, yep, already contending to walk away with the junior national title and walk away with a junior national record as
He
well.
said he just aged out of sub-junior, right?
Just aged
Just
out.
aged out of sub-junior. Already going for a American record. And the audience is getting fired up right now.
Yeah, the energy is high in the room here.
5.5 kilo jump from the second. Let's see how this moves.
The fight comes, and he continues to fight, but unfortunately, that's going to be a no.
Just a little bit too much on the day for him. That sticking point halfway up.
It's the same sticking
Same
point that we
sticking
saw
point.
in the first and second attempts. I think, honestly, if there was 1 kilo less on the bar,
Yeah.
potentially he could have got it. But he still walks away with his second attempt. Now, Bodhi Laco.
With a smiley face.
7.5 kilo jump to 197. This
Yeah.
is a big squat for Bodhi Laco.
I still think after the way that his second attempt moved, this should be
I
relatively
think this
easy.
should, yep, I think this is going to go. His previous best, 187.5, has so much experience in the game. He's been to the World Championships, looking to make his return
No
here
stranger to this platform right now.
in the 59 kilo class. His depth looks so
Yep.
good.
I think he had another 5 kilos in him.
That moved really well. 3 white lights, good lift. And yeah, for Bodhi, I mean, like I've said before, he has got so much experience in the game, and as you continue to have that experience, it's going to be more and more difficult to make that big progress meet to meet. So really impressive lifting from Bodhi Laco. Asante Gordon in the 66 kilo class avoided disaster by taking the risky 12.5 kilo jump on his second attempt. Now jumping 10 kilos. He's hit 220 kilos before. Going to be in a little bit of battle here between him and Miguel Jimenez. It's on that border. He fights.
The strength is there. Let's see what the judges say after that.
Really good call based on strength levels.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the death
again,
call
that's
again.
going to be a no lift. Let's watch on this replay. It's hard. It's right there. His coach is going to be running over to the jury, having that conversation. I think they could be shooing him away. We'll wait to see what he says.
Yeah,
they're going to be. Yeah, that's going to stay a no lift for Asante. And that could be pivotal if Miguel comes in here and hits this 225. He gains
He only missed a second attempt because of technicality.
It was a technical issue, and it moved well, so let's see how this moves. And this is pivotal in that podium battle between him and Asante.
He smokes it. He waits for the commands and everything, too.
Looked like a really good call
He's
there
hyped
for
up.
Miguel.
And 3 white
good
lights.
lift.
Love seeing that.
Gains those extra 20 kilos
And
there.
that was really easy for him also.
It moved really well.
All right, next we have a really big squat attempt from Matt Fodrill, jumping up 7.5 kilos from his missed attempt with 242, all the way up to 250, so he really needs this lift to stay in contention.
Yeah, if he misses this, that really is going to put a dampen on his total in the fight between him and Tony Nguyen. if you walk away with your opener and you're in a tight battle like that, you're cooked. Let's see this 250 kilo squat from Matt. Depth looked better from my angle. The fight comes, he's ready for it. See what the judges say.
Yeah, I just think he misgrew his second attempt there.
And it's a good lift, 2-1. Stays in contention between him and Tony Wen.
Yeah.
And like I said, if he had missed, it was a dicey call.
Yeah.
I mean, missing your second attempt, going up anyway 7.5 kilos and having it be close to your top
sure.
end. Really had to execute there, and he did. And now Tony Wen taking a 5-kilo jump to 255 kilos. Currently forecast about 10 kilos ahead of Matt. But again, that forecasted total can really be a trap.
After the way his second one, I think this should be a good call. It's only 5 kilos up. Yeah, that was a great call, actually.
Looked like the perfect
yeah,
call
that was a great call.
Tony is experienced in the game. Is a great game day handler himself. Knows how to
3
judge
white lights.
objectively on the day.
Yeah, so he's up 5 kilos right now on squat against Matt Fodrell. So that's going to be very interesting to watch for the rest of the day, guys. Pay
Yeah,
attention to
that's
that.
going to be a really good 74-kilo battle. Matt's going to have the advantage in the bench, but Tony's going to have the last say.
Alrighty, we're loading an American record squat attempt from Austin Nikolai. 258 kilos from a junior lifter in the 66-kilo weight class.
Absolutely insane to see. 258 kilos. Based off his second attempt, they should go, but it's going to be close to his top end for the day. Let's see it. 568 pounds. Depth always looks good.
Yeah, and he's really good at grinding out lifts.
That looked like the perfect attempt call there. From
3 white
Three
lights.
white lights. That's a good lift.
An American record. He's well in the lead in the 66-kilo class.
Yeah, great way for Austin to start off the day. 3 for 3 in the squats, walking away with that national record.
All right, next up we got Grant Iverson loading up 7.5 kilos from his second attempt to 282.5 kilos. So like we said, he's competing against a total from this morning.
Yep, Connor Parks put up 792.5. So as long as Grant Iverson beats that, he's going to be walking away the national champion. Not only that, but these lifters going to be wanting to walk away with the title, but also wanting to put up the best total they can to potentially get a world's team spot.
Yep. That was a great call.
That looked like
That was
a really
great
good call.
call.
I expect nothing less from Grant Iverson. 2-1.
2-1. The lift is good.
Goes 2 for 3 in the squats, but
He's smiling after that too. He's relieved.
Yeah, he looks very relieved, and that's kind of the thing about these big level meets, right? These high level meets. You've got to adapt on the day to the circumstances. And now, Joe Borenstein.
He's holding 295 kilos. Did they overturn his second attempt?
They did not.
They did not.
Missed his second attempt on depth, opting to go up anyways to a huge 295-kilo squat. This would be a 10-kilo PR for him, moving up to the 83-kilo class. Trying to make a statement here. He has been very vocal about his goal to go to the Junior World Championships and hit a world record total, trying to get an invite to Sheffield. Let's see how 295 goes for him.
So much deeper. Oh, the spotters grabbed it a bit too early there.
Now let's see this replay. I thought I saw some downward motion, and that was why, yep, the jury are agreeing. Let's watch this on the replay. Right there, it started to go down. And, oh man, they're gonna ask for that relift, but I don't think they're gonna get it. And
It's unfortunate.
yeah, they're not gonna get that. And that really goes to show that the platform is completely different from the gym.
All right. Brandon Jones loading up 307.5 kilos, 5-kilo jump from his second attempt. I think this is an appropriate call.
Yep, I think that's an appropriate call. He's previously squatted 320 kilos, but again, you've got to adapt on the day to what is there on the day. You cannot start chasing numbers. He is fighting against Aiden Rather's 815 total. Let's see how 307.5 goes for Brandon Jones.
That was definitely deep enough, and that was a smooth lift.
I think that was a
I
great
think that moved
call.
just as good as his second attempt.
2-1.
2-1, the lift is good. He's fired up, beating his chest in front of the crowd.
There's a lot of hype behind Brandon Jones.
Energy, love the energy. These young men are putting on a show for us tonight.
Yeah, I mean, for Brandon Jones, so new in the game, only
Yeah.
been competing since 2023, but already on a big stage. I mean, the winning total from Worlds last year was 810 kilos. So if he gets that Worlds team spot, he's immediately in contention.
All right,
And
ladies and
now
gentlemen, we got the
Sean
last
Mills.
squat of the night session. 342.5 kilos from Sean Mills in the 120 kilo weight class.
This is a big squat for Sean, and he is going to have to hit PRs throughout the day in order to cross over that 910 kilo total from Jaden Edwards. Let's see him hit this, 342.5. Depth always, no question there.
That was
And he had
an
more.
easy-looking squat,
He had
too.
more. He had like 7.5
Yeah, a
10
lot
kilos
more in the tank there also.
Phenomenal way for Sean Mills to start the day, and he stares into the crowd. Really determined here to break over that 910 kilo total. All right, that was a phenomenal squat session. From the men's side, from the women's side, we had so many national records. In the men's side, we had Austin Nikolai with that 258 kilo national record. Joseph Bornstein kind of slipping up there, only walking away with his opening attempt. How far behind is that going to put him on his goal to out-total Delaney Wallace's world record at 842.5? Brandon Jones going 3 for 3. Sean Mills with that huge 2.5 kilo PR. Now, do not go anywhere. We are going to be back in just 10 short minutes. We're going to take a break. The action is going to start back in the bench press at the Junior Primetime session of Powerlifting America Classic Age Division Nationals. We will see you then. Welcome back to the Junior Primetime session of the Powerlifting America Classic Age Division Nationals. I'm your host, Adriana Davis, joined in the booth by Nico Flores. And we're going to jump back into the action in just a few seconds with Octavia Hill opening up the bench press event with a 72.5 kilo bench.
We're following up a really exciting squat session also. So
Yeah, I mean, we had so many national record attempts, and we see the same in the bench, and I anticipate we will. Bit tough for an opening attempt. That is only 2.5 kilos under her best. So sometimes you think lifters open up close to their best, you kind of think, hey, that might be a bit of a dicey move. But she gets that lifted. She's on the board. 3 white lights. Bars loaded for Alexa Brianna. 75 kilos on the bar for her. We're in the 84 kilo class. Now, in that 84 kilo class, we had Asha Hopkins unfortunately bomb out on squats. And that kind of opens the door for Antara Jackson and Alexa Brianna.
easy looking opener attempt.
3 white lights. Yeah, Alexa Brianna and Tara Jackson, they're nominated or forecasted very close in the total. Could potentially be fighting now for a 2nd and 3rd place now with Asha bombing out. Natalie Hunter had a phenomenal squat session, walking away with the national record and unofficial world record of 190.5, opening up the bench with 90 kilos.
She's hoping to punch her ticket to Worlds after this meet.
Yep, she's going to be in that battle with Angelina Martinez. Currently, Natalie leads the way based on forecasted total, but lots can change between now and the last deadlift. See how 90 moves for Natalie. Very well. And that could be an indication of how the rest of the bench press is going to go. Natalie in the past has had to make pretty substantial cut. Now she's going to be eating into the class, and typically when you're getting that extra weight or you're able to hold on to that extra weight, it's going to help you out in the bench press. Angelina Martinez in that 63 kilo battle, opening up with 92.5.
It's nice seeing the direct competition follow each other also. Really, really close. All right, she's opened up with 92.5 kilos right now.
This is her debut to the Powerlifting America National stage. CL 92 moves for her. In the past, she's had some problems with attempt selection, but she went 3 for 3 in the squats. Gonna be looking to do the same in the bench press. Moved fairly well. 3 white lights, good lift.
So we had a really fast squat session. I'm anticipating this bench session to be even faster because of how
efficient
the efficient spotters and loaders are.
Now we are staying in the 63 kilo class. Daisy Ariola Garcia, our defending national champion, opening up with 92.5 kilos.
Nice. Easy looking opener attempt.
3 white lights.
3 white lights, good lift. Now Carolyn Connor in the 69 kilo class, opening up with 92.5 kilos. She's really found her stride in the bench press during her off season. This is currently matching her previous personal best, and given that her competitor Haley Hunter missed her 2nd and 3rd squats, that really opens the door for Carolyn to kind of come in here. If she continues to execute, doesn't drop the ball, she's going to be walking away the 3-time national champion and returning to Worlds.
A little early on the
Let's see what the judges
press
say. I
command
think she
there.
might have jumped that press command,
Yeah.
and she did. Gets those 3 yellow cards. We're
little
going to watch
antsy
the
there.
replay, but we're not going to be able to hear when the press command came. Let's see how long she paused in her chest.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a bit quick. I mean, it moved super, super easy. I could see them taking a 2.5 or a 5 kilo jump, but they don't really have to risk too much considering that Haley did end up missing or only walking away with her opening squat. Yeah, and they ended up making a 5 kilo jump there.
Yeah. I think it was the right call. That was really easy.
Yeah, it was very, very easy. And it is a risk to miss your opening attempt and go up anyways. But for Carolyn, her lifts are very, very clean. I don't expect that to be a problem for her. Now, Haley Hunter, 95 kilos. Didn't have the best squat event, but you have to compartmentalize, have to come out for the bench, leaving the squats behind. Opening up with 95 kilos. Again, that might have been quick on the press command. One referee thought so, gets that yellow card, but the other 2 referees thought it was okay. 2 white lights. It's a good lift for Haley Hunter.
All right, now we're jumping up all the way to 107.5 kilos for Tara Jackson. It's 237 pounds.
For her opening attempt. Really strong bench press there.
Yeah, really strong bench press.
And again, with Asha bombing out, she's going to be in a bit of battle here with Alexa between silver and third place. Silver and
that was
bronze
an
medal.
easy opening attempt, too.
Very, very easy. 3 white lights, good lift.
All right, we're jumping up all the way to 112 kilos now for Asha Hopkins.
Asha Hopkins still going to come out. Is it going to be able to contend for placing or post up a total? She was unfortunately not able to get a squat in. Was not able to squat deep enough.
I'm happy she's still finishing the meet, though, despite
Yeah,
bombing
I
out
mean,
of squats.
you pay for registration. You travel
Yeah.
out here. You prep for months. Finishing out the meet does give some good data for your coach.
Yep.
And also kind of boost the morale if you end the day on a high note. Yeah, that was very, very easy.
3 white lights there, real easy.
Yeah, very easy. Actually matches her previous personal best. Her training has really been going off, especially in the bench press.
All right, next up we got Chelsea with 112 kilos also.
Yeah, I mean, this is 248 pounds
Yeah.
for Chelsea Enamore. Had her hand at trying the bench press world record in the sub-juniors last year. Wasn't able to walk away with it, but she's moved on to the juniors now. Opening up just 5 kilos under her best. Gonna try to be walking away with a national championship win and has her eyes set on battling out with Listis from Ireland at the World
Oh,
Championships.
hits the rack there on the right side.
Yeah, I mean, it was super easy off the
Yeah, I
chest.
think she set up a little bit too
Hits
close.
the rack.
Yeah.
That's not going to go. Let's see the replay. Now, if you hit the rack, that is okay if there is no downward motion. But, yeah,
That still is a challengeable call because we got 1 white light from the right side.
I don't think they're going to challenge it. I mean, given that she is the favorite in the class here, she could just repeat that, play it safe. Or
Yeah.
she could, I mean, it was fast off the chest. She
Yeah,
could jump
she's got to set up
5
a little bit
kilos.
further away from the rack there.
Now, Layla Soto.
Layla wrapped up her
115
squats
kilos.
with a 227 kilo squat,
500 pounds.
500 pounds.
And she's got a bench on her, too.
She's
115.
going 3 for 3 on the day right now. She's looking to finish off 6 for 6, hopefully setting some nice records for herself. Nice.
Very, very
Easy
easy
looking
attempt
bench opener.
from Layla Soto, starting off strong in the bench. 3
Just
white
3
lights,
white
good
lights there.
lift. And with Asha Hopkins bombing out, Layla kind of in a league of her own here. I mean, she's forecasted well ahead. She could kind of take it easy, or she could kind of push, try to see where she's at, see how the peak has gone. Has the capability of potentially crossing over the world record, sitting at 565.5.
And we're already on our 2nd attempts.
And it's flying. Like you said at the beginning of the session, it was going to fly. Octavia Hill taking just a 2.5 kilo jump to 75 kilos.
I think it was a good call. Based off of her opening attempt, it wasn't the fastest. And also she's a lighter weight female, so you can't really get away with taking bigger jumps. It's a little bit too much for that second attempt. I think she's going to retake it one more time just to see if she can actually get it. Might have misgrooved it. We'll see when she comes back out for her third.
Yeah, and I mean, it does seem like it's just a strength issue, but she could just come out. I mean, you can just try anyways. Or we could see her scratch her final attempt. Just kind of having that conversation with your handler saying, hey, if it's not there today, you're already in the meet. You got your opener. Perhaps we could save some energy leading into deadlifts. Now, Alexa Brianna, 80 kilos on the bar for her second attempt. Moved well.
Yeah, just as easy as her opening attempt.
Yeah, moved like a second attempt should.
Her strength all around today has looked very, very
Yeah, I mean, she missed her opening squat, but it was on a technical issue. It still moved very strong.
Next up on the platform, Natalie Hunter.
All right, Natalie jumped 5 kilos from her opening attempt to 95 kilos, 209 pounds.
Previously has hit 97.5 kilos. Now eating up into the weight class, weighed in super light, 61.75 kilos. Very, very easy. Slow and controlled descent. 3 white lights, good lift.
Alrighty. Next up, we got Angelina Martinez with 97.5 kilos.
Yep, and based on forecasted total, Natalie is currently leading the way. But again, if Natalie starts to drop the ball, Angelina could come in there, and Angelina is going to have that deadlift advantage over Natalie.
It's not over until the final deadlift.
Exactly, and now in the bench press, both lifters have got to continue to execute, continue to make lifts, put the right number on the bar. That way they can add as many kilos as they can to their total without tipping over. Has a bit of a sink in the chest.
That was a great second attempt.
Yeah, it moved very easy.
Set her up for a really solid third. She's currently 5 for 5. Her and Natalie Hunter 5 for 5.
That's great to see from Angelina, given that in the past she's had trouble making those third attempts, but she hasn't missed a lift yet. Now, Daisy Areola Garcia, again taking a 5 kilo jump to 97.5. Based on forecasted, likely going to be looking at the bronze medal, but you never know. Natalie and Angelina could drop the ball in the deadlifts, and Daisy could still walk away with a podium position at Nationals. Moved a bit slow. I expect them, I mean, that's going to be a good lift, 3 white lights. I expect her to probably take a 2.5 kilo jump to her final attempt.
Alrighty, next up we got Carolyn Connor. She missed her opening attempt because she jumped the star command, or the press command, excuse me. Now she jumped up 5 kilos from that.
Yeah, and I expect this to go. Carolyn's lifts, I mean, across squat, bench, deadlift, you would think that she is a seasoned veteran, having been doing this for years. But she's just so new to the game, but still has very clean lifts, is able to execute. Let's see her get this bench in.
There you go. She waited for that press command there, too.
Yeah, that was a good call. It wasn't super easy. Still hit a
Now she's
little
in the
bit
meet
of a
with that
sticking
bench
point.
press attempt.
But there was never any doubt that she was going to get it.
For sure.
I think that was the right call. Jumping something like 7.5 would be very, very dicey. She did hit 105 kilos in the gym, so potentially they could have been setting up for that, but you've got to adapt on the day. Haley Hunter, 100 kilos for her second attempt. Not sure what was going on there.
She's still got 15 seconds on the clock, so she should be good.
Oh, potentially was she setting up with her feet on the bench? She might have been. And that is a new rule under the IPF. You cannot set up with your feet on the bench. Oh, man. Haley Hunter, similar story to the squat event where she misses her second attempt and just looked like strength, honestly. Did not look like some sort of technical issue. Yeah, I think strength just might not be there today for Haley Hunter. Again, we don't know the outside variables. We don't know all that goes into it. Could have been a cut, could have been the travel affecting her. Chelsea Enamore missed her opening attempt.
She opted to repeat the weight, too. She clipped the rack on her opening attempt, so.
Yep, she clipped the rack. Just trying to play it smart, not really taking any risk. Given that she is forecasted, I mean, she's the heavy favorite to win. So just not going to take risks. Just try to lock up that title, lock up that world's team spot.
Yep. No point risking it. All right. Let's see this second attempt.
Yeah, very easy.
Clip the rack again, but
yeah,
still should be really good there.
She might just not be used to this equipment where maybe at her equipment back home, with her setup, she never clips the rack.
I think she got a red light from the head judge because her head came off the bench.
I felt so too. And I don't think that's going to be overturned or anything by the jury, but just something to watch out for that she needs to correct on her third. Now, Antara Jackson, 115 kilos for her second attempt. Strong bench here from Antara. Has the best bench of 125 kilos. Has got that international and national experience behind her.
Based off her opener, I think 7.5 is a good jump. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that moved well.
Really, really good second attempt.
Probably 5 kilo jump from there.
Yeah.
Next on the platform, Asha Hopkins.
Now, Asha Hopkins, 120 kilos. Not going to be able to register a total, but she is still coming out to bench press, hopefully still going to coming out to deadlifts. And she really has been making phenomenal progress in the gym. So coming out, she could still, I mean, this is going to be a 7.5 kilo bench PR already on her second attempt if she makes this. Yeah, that moved very, very well.
The bench looks strong today.
Yeah, 2 white lights. It's been a really good battle between her and Layla, but she's still going to finish the meet, walk away with a bench PR already. Be walking away with a deadlift PR too, getting close to the 500-pound mark. Now, Layla Soto, our favorite to win in the 84-kilo class. 122.5 kilos on her second attempt.
Yeah, she's got a pretty big cushion underneath her right now, so she needs to get some lifts in.
Yeah, just going to continue to execute on the day. I bet a lot of pressure lifted off them, honestly,
yeah,
when they saw that their competitor bombed out. Yeah, wow, that was so easy for Layla.
That was a 7-kilo
Soto.
jump, and it moved just as easily as her opener attempt.
3 white lights, good lift for Layla. And we are already on to third attempts.
Wow.
Back at the top of the order. Octavia Hill did end up scratching her third attempt. Taking the smart move, you know, just trying to conserve energy. You still got another event left. Now, Alexa Brianna, 85 kilos for her third and final attempt. £187 for Alexa. This is going to be a big bench PR. She's previously hit 77.5.
Smooth.
That was a really, really good call. Had that sticking point in the middle, but fights through it. 3 white lights, good lift for Alexa.
Besides her opening attempt on squat, that was due to technicality, she's had a really stellar meet.
Yeah. And again, that's hard to do when you're so new in the game like she is.
Natalie Hunter.
All right, Natalie Hunter is loading 100 kilos for her third attempt, excuse me. 220 pounds.
This would be the incremental 2.5 kilo PR. I mean, if she continues to set PRs across the board in the squat, bench, and deadlift, she's going to be looking at a really, really big total, potentially getting close to that 500 kilo mark. kilos.
Smoked it.
Really good call. Slow off the chest. But like you said, smooth all the way through. She
Yep.
smoked it.
So Angelina doing the same weight here. Her
100.
competition rep for her is currently 6 for 6. Let's see if she can follow that up. Every single
Natalie
lift
has-
is important.
Exactly. Natalie hasn't missed a lift yet. Angelina going to be looking to continue that trend. And again, Natalie's forecasted ahead, but Angelina's, she's got a big deadlift on her. She has attempted 500 pounds in the past. Likely going to be loading it up no matter what.
I'm sure we're going to see a lot of pulls for the win today, too.
I believe so. It's going to be an exciting time come deadlifts.
I think that 2.5 kilo call was perfect.
I think it was. Waiting to see what the judges say. I saw some foot movement there. Let's see on the replay of her
Strength-wise,
feet
I think
lift
she had a
off the
single kilo
ground.
left in her, too.
Yeah, I think strength-wise that was a good call.
Oh, her
Yeah,
foot
her
slipped.
foot lift off the ground.
Oh.
You've got to keep your feet flat on the ground.
I didn't even see that. Good call.
Only missed out on 2.5 kilos there, so not the end of the world. Not super, super game-changing. Now, Daisy Arreola Garcia, another 2.5 kilo jump for her. Wow, really good fight from Daisy Garcia. I thought she lost it off the chest here. See what the judges say. 3 white lights. Good lift for Daisy, going 3 for 3 in the bench. Great job so far. I mean, turning around from only getting her repeated opener in the squat and then going 3 for 3 in the bench. Now, Haley Hunter, not having the best day so far. Only walked away with her opener on squat. Hit her opener on the bench, missed that second attempt, and again, just seemed like a strength issue. Hopefully she can correct this, maybe get set up a little better. Let's see it from Haley. Yeah, it's
Just
just
a little
not
bit too
gonna
much
go
today.
today. And it is a bit of a surprise. She has done 100 kilos, 105 kilos in the gym. I think the strength's just not there today.
All right, next up, we have another record being attempted here. Carolyn Connor attempting 103 kilos. 227 pounds.
Yeah, Carolyn Connor, 103 kilos on the bar for her. 5.5 kilo jump.
She could definitely use this chip to her advantage if she gets this right now, too.
Yeah, the chip is really pivotal in a battle here. Now, given that Haley missed her second and third attempts in both squat and bench, Carolyn is going to be the favorite.
That was easier than her second attempt also.
It was easier than her second attempt.
And she's
3
blown
white lights.
away.
What a day thus far from
Having
Carolyn
an
Connor.
amazing day today.
Walking away with a big squat PR and a big bench PR as well.
Hugs all around also.
And looking ahead at the deadlifts, she's going to be opening up with a national record at 203 kilos. Likely going to cross over that 500 kilo mark. Really excited to see that in the deadlifts.
All right, next up we got Antara Jackson, jumping up 2.5 only for her third attempt. Based off the way her second attempt moved, I think this is a good call
I
also.
think this should go, yeah. I think we were thinking 2.5, 5 kilos. 2.5 just seems a little bit more guaranteed.
Safe, definitely safe.
That was the perfect call there.
That was the perfect call from her
From
handler.
Susie Hartwig-Gary. 3 white lights. That's a good lift for Antara. 6 for 6 thus far, leading into the
That really was a
deadlifts.
perfect call.
Yeah, that was a real. I mean, based off her second, we thought that potentially 5 could have been there, but yeah, that was the great call.
Yep. Just goes to show that she knows her own body and her handler knows her really well too.
Asha Hopkins, 125 on the bar for her.
Her 120 moved really, really well.
Yeah, it moved very well. And again, she wasn't able to get a squat in, but she is still walking away with trying to show off what progress she's made in the bench and deadlift. That looked like a good call there. 308 lights, good lift for Asha. Really great job of turning around from the squat event and going 3 for 3 in the bench. Hopefully she can do the same in the deadlifts. And now we've got another national record attempt. Layla Soto in the 84 kilo division, 129
129.
kilos. Is 284 pounds from Layla on her debut to the Powerlifting America national stage. Really making a strong case here to try to get on that national team.
That was an amazing call, too.
Yeah, that looked like the perfect attempt there.
One red from the head judge, but still a good lift.
Gets one red card based on bench depth, so that is a new rule instated recently.
We are already done with the first flight.
Yeah,
on
with
bench.
that flew. And yeah, we had national records attempt. That was a great bench press event from the women's division. Layla walking with that huge 129 kilo national record. Carolyn Connor as well having a great day with that 103 kilo bench.
I don't think we mentioned that Chelsea scratched her the third attempt.
I
bench.
didn't even
Yeah.
notice that actually.
So
Probably just looking to
Trying to
cruise
get a
on the
total in,
day.
yeah.
Yep. Bodie Lacoe opening us up with 105 kilos.
real easy.
He's got those long deadlift arms, giving him that huge range of motion. Through that's good lift. Justin Chapa coming out next in the 53 kilo division, 120 kilos. And this is a big bench for Justin, over 2 times his body weight here.
Yeah.
Again, he is just aging out the sub-juniors. Going to be trying to put up the best total he can in order to walk away with the title and also trying to make a case to get on that national team. Oh, gets that replace command. Yep, I see that chief referee indicating that his foot was not completely flat on the floor. Oh, and he unfortunately timed out on his opening attempt due to that replace command. Justin, it's a bit tough when that kind of stuff happens because you don't even get to take the attempt.
Yeah.
So if you come back by your seconds, you could be cold. But I think I would probably make the move to just repeat that.
All right, we're going to give a relift.
A relift's going on right now. So he's going to reattempt it right now.
Oh,
Justin Chapa.
Or at the end of the flight. I think it's the end of the flight,
probably end of the
Right?
flight.
End of the flight.
Yep,
there
there
you
it
go.
goes. Yep. He's going to have a relift at the end of the flight. I think the jury members thought that if he weren't flat on the floor, or there was just some sort of miscommunication.
Yeah.
So
He'll
gonna
get another
take that.
chance.
Now, Asante Gordon in the 66 kilo class, 125 for his opening attempt. In the hunt to contend for podium placing against him and Miguel.
Asante's got a really big deadlift on him, so he's probably going to try to pull for that podium spot that he's looking for.
Yep, and when you've got that big deadlift, oftentimes the bench press is not going to be as high, just trying to hold your own, go 3 for 3. Austin Nikolai now, 132.5 for his opening attempt in the bench press. He's got personal best of 142.5. Gonna want to see how this moves and if he could be pacing for a personal best. He walked away with a national record in the squats, 258 kilos. Let's see how this moves for Austin.
Real easy. I think he's due for a PR today.
Yep, his personal best is 142.5. Could potentially be pacing for likely 145, just the incremental PR. And if we're thinking about his deadlifts, he hit a big 300 kilo deadlift. So I'm excited to see what he does there.
All right, next up we got Miguel with a 142.5 opener in the 66 kilo class. Really impressive for that weight class.
Yeah, again, he's going to be contending against Asante Gordon. Going to be swapping silver and bronze throughout the day. Miguel's got a PR bench of 162.5. So let's see how this 142.5 moves. Move well. Could be taking some big jumps from there. 3 white lights, a good lift.
All right, next up we got Tony Nguyen here with 155 kilos. Him and Matt Baudrell are having a really close battle today, so every single one of these bench attempts is going to be really important for both of them.
Yeah, and Tony Nguyen going to have the advantage in the deadlift. Again, in the bench, he's got a good bench, but not Matt is going to have the advantage in the bench. So Tony's just going to want to go 3 for 3, executing, trying to get as many kilos as he can added to his total.
Really easy opening
Very,
attempt.
very easy. Being handled by Steven Singleton.
Yep, 3 white lights.
3 white lights, good lift. Now, his direct competitor, Matt Baudrell, coming out right after him to 162.5.
Yeah, so 7.5 above what Tony just lifted. So
I'm very interested to see how this moves. Matt has had to adapt to the bench rule. He's hit huge benches in training, but of course training is completely different from the platform.
Yeah.
Moved well.
Smooth lift.
Very fast. A little bit shaky off the chest, but 3 white lights, good lift regardless. Now, Ian McKenna, 177.5 for his opening attempt.
Ian ended up scratching his second and third attempts on squat.
Yeah, only walking with his opener. He hit his opener, and it was a 2.5 kilo squat PR, but it moved like a 2.5 kilo squat PR. It was very, very difficult. So he decided to not come out for his second and third squats. I think that was the move. Now opening up with 177.5 for Ian. He's got a personal best bench of 190. And gonna be trying to place as high as possible over those regular session totals.
Yeah, that was really easy.
Bit shaky off the chest, but not an all-out grinder like his squat was.
Next up, we have Joseph Borenstein opening with 192.5 kilos in the 83 kilo weight class.
Joe has hit a big bench press in training, 210 kilos.
Yeah,
He
that
didn't
was
have
insane.
the squat event he wanted, ended up missing his second attempt on depth, and his third attempt he went up 10 kilos, and unfortunately the bar went up and down. The spotters grabbed it, but he has to leave that behind. He is still going to be trying to chase the biggest total he can, likely pacing for a PR total, but trying to get that, trying to cross over that 842.5.
Easy.
Yeah, that moved well. Really excited to see where he goes from there. He can grind out a bench press too.
It's probably one of the toughest thing as a powerlifter to kind of get over the fact that if you missed a few attempts, trying to...
You have to leave it behind.
Yeah,
It could ruin your day if you just harp on that, let it get in your head.
Hopefully we see Joseph end bench press strong. All right, next up we got Brandon Jones with that same weight, 192.5 kilos. He hit a really big squat with 307.5 kilos before this.
Yeah, Brandon's going to have to execute on the day, get his lifts in order to contend with Even Raiders, 815 total from the regular session. Oh,
Smooth.
super fast.
Yeah, no, really easy.
And Brandon has put up some phenomenal benches in training, even getting close to the world record in his division. Currently sitting at a 221 kilo bench. Now, Sean Mills had a phenomenal squat day, walking away with a 12.5 kilo PR in the squat. And now in the bench, he's opening up with his previous personal best. And he's gonna need personal best across the day in order to try to cross over Jaden Edwards' 910 kilo total from the regular session.
Probably one of the best feelings to open up with your PR.
Yeah, that is.
That's how you know you got
Let's see how
stronger.
this moves for him.
Yep. Little sticky at lockout. I
Yeah,
think he missed
fast
it a
off the
little bit.
chest, sticky at lockout. Through it lights though, it's a good lift. Grant Iverson, 195 kilos for his opening bench. Missed his opener on squat based on depth, perhaps had to take some smaller jumps there. But Grant pacing, trying to cross over the regular session total, which was Connor Parks at 792.5, opening up with 195 kilos.
Ooh.
So I believe what happened is the chief referee tried to give a replace command. Grant went ahead and I think there was just some confusion there. Grant went ahead and went down for the bench press, and then he was waiting for that press command, but it wasn't going to
Well,
come.
it was really easy, so I'm sure he could do it again.
Yeah, I mean that's his opener. He's probably just going to repeat that.
I think
Okay,
he's gonna
so
relift here.
I'm looking here. He's having a conversation. I believe they thought that his elbows were not completely locked out, so that chief referee gave a replace command, but Grant, I think he just thought it was the start command.
So Grant Iverson's going to get a relift on that attempt.
Grant Iverson. All right, we're going to move on to second attempts, or he might get a relift. I'm not sure what's going on.
They're giving him a 3-minute timer until he has to relift. He was the last person in that flight, so he can't go right away. They're going to give him a timer.
So he's the last person to fly. If you get a relift, you're going to have it at the end of the flight. But given that he is the last in the flight, they're going to give him some compensatory time. He's going to get 3 minutes and then an extra minute, and within that time, he's going to be able to start his attempt. All right, so yeah, Grant Iverson gonna get a relift. He's really gonna have to lock in after that mishap there. Just a little bit of confusion with the start command. But he's gonna get a relift, and the good thing is it is his opener, so it should be easy regardless. I mean, he had that, what he thought was a long press command, and was able to press it up. All right, they're gonna have some compensatory time. Have a little break for the spotters, loaders too.
Yeah, they're drenched in sweat right now.
They're working hard.
Getting pretty toasty in here.
Still just running down this clock. I mean, looking ahead, we've already, later on, we're going to have a national record with Joe Borenstein, 203 kilos. Bodie's going to jump 5 kilos. Austin Nikolai, taking 7.5 kilos to 140, potentially pacing to personal best, given that he hit 142.5 in the past, could be hitting 145. Let's see what Matt Vaudreau put in, 7.5 kilos, 170. Brandon got a big 200 bench coming up. But yeah, still just running down the clock.
We're going to see a lot of 200 kilo benches next.
I think, yes, we are. And that is, I mean, it's a big milestone, like 200 kilos.
Yeah.
We're seeing multiple people take it in the junior division.
Regardless of weight class, that is a very impressive bench press. We're going to see a lot of bench these upcoming weeks. Bench World's coming up later on this week, too.
Yeah, right here in Austin, Texas. All right, the time.
All right, the reel for Grant Iverson is on.
All right, here we go. Grant Iverson facing some adversity after that mishap with his opening attempt. Got some compensatory time after being granted a relift there. Opening up with 195 kilos. Making sure those elbows are fully locked out.
Just as
Move
easy.
well, move well. And that's kind of the importance of having an opener that you know you can hit regardless of the circumstances, regardless if you've got to take it 2 times within 5 minutes. Grant Iverson coming back and hitting that opening attempt with 195 kilos. Bodie Lacoe, we are back to the top of the order, on to second attempts. Bodie taking a 5-kilo jump here.
It's a safe call. I think his opener was smooth.
Yeah, and I mean, his opener was smooth, but this is already going to be a 2.5-kilo PR for him. Bodie, even after being in the game for so long, really hitting his stride. That was so easy.
Very, very easy. Probably take another 5-kilo jump from there.
Yeah, very, very easy for Bodie Lacoe.
That extra rest time is probably helping out the rest of the lifters also.
Yep, that's a good point. Yeah, Bodie Lacoe pacing well, given that he's got to total over Peter Vong's total from the regular session at 555 kilos. Bodie Lacoe's previous best is actually 555 kilos, so he would have had to hit PRs across the day, and he's doing that. Now, Justin Chapa missed his opening attempt with 120 kilos.
He timed out on his opening attempt, so
he timed out, that's what happened. Jump up 2.5 kilos anyways.
He's wasting no time this time.
He ended up timing out. They thought that his feet were not completely flat on the floor.
Yep.
There we go. Gets that lift in.
Yep. Now he's in the meat.
Throw lights. He's in the meat. Big sigh of relief there for Justin Chapa.
Next on the platform, Asante Gordon.
Now, Asante Gordon coming out to 132.5 for his second attempt. Didn't have the best day in the squats. Missed his opener, went up anyways, and it paid off, getting that second attempt in, but missing his third. Slow, controlled descent down, and moves fairly well. 3-way lights, good lift for Asante. Bar is loaded for Austin Nikolai. Junior lifter, podiumed in the open division, now looking to pick up a junior national title. 140 kilos for a second attempt, potentially pacing for a personal best here. Seeing how this moves. I'm going to be trying to at least cross over the 700 kilo mark in the total. A little bit slow, but not an all-out grinder. And like you said earlier, he can grind out a bench. So potentially Austin, I would likely take a 2.5 kilo jump, just lock in that third attempt, trying to go 6 for 6 on the day. 5 kilos could be there, but I think it's a bit more risky. And again, Austin's forecast is well ahead. Even if he misses that third bench, it's not going to be a make or break for him. Now Miguel, 152.5 for his second attempt, taking a 10 kilo jump. Forecast right now at the exact same total as Asante Gordon. Slow and steady throughout. To the one, that's a good lift.
That
Gets
was a 10 kilo jump
card.
too.
Yeah, 10 kilo jump. Gets that yellow card, potentially for, I thought the chief referee might have thought that his head lifted off the bench, but he still gets that lift in. Tony Wen, lots of hype behind him in this 74 kilo battle, 162.5 for the newcomer to the Powerlifting America national stage. Tony's got a previous personal best.
Easy.
170s. Yeah,
Easy.
that was
Just as good as his opener. That was a 7.5 kilo jump also.
3 white lights. It's a good lift for Tony Wen. Yeah, he's got a previous personal best of 170. And yeah, they move well. Potentially could jump another 7.5, but it is a little bit risky. Probably going to jump the 5.
Next up, we got Matt Fodrell jumping up to 7.5 kilos to 170 here.
Matt Fodrell trying to hold his own in the bench press. He's got the advantage in the bench over Tony. And really trying to walk, he's got to walk away 3 for 3, given that Tony is going to have that deadlift advantage over him. Needs to pick up these extra kilos to stay in the hunt.
Yep, that was
Wow.
great. That was a
so
great second
smooth.
attempt.
He could jump another 7.5 there.
Yeah, honestly.
Oh, unfortunately, he gets 2 red cards based on bench depth. So bench depth is I could see it. I could see it. So bench depth is a relatively new rule that Matt has had to adjust to. Your elbow joint has got to be at least parallel with your shoulder joint. They thought that Matt's bench was not deep enough. He's going to have to come back and make that tough decision as to whether he's going to repeat or go up anyways. On his squat, he ended up going up anyways after missing that on depth. But the bench, it's a little bit different just because that's going to be hard to adjust on the day.
Next up, we got Ian jumping 10 kilos from his opener to 187.5 kilos.
Kilos. Ian has a previous best of 190, so this is just below it. I mean, I think he expected to go more in the squat, given that he opened relatively heavy, so let's see how this moves.
Yeah. A little sticky at lockout. He's got a lot of ways to go with his range of motion.
Yeah, relatively slow, but he gets that in. 3 white lights. Probably going to take a smaller jump from there, smaller than 10 kilos. Now, Brandon Jones, 200 kilos on the bar. So much hype behind him. He's got a previous best bench up 202.5. Has benched more in the gym. I expect this to fly for him. I mean, his opener flied. He's going to want to execute across the day. Going to be trying to out-total Aiden Raiders 815 to get on the national team. Flew.
Yeah, that was
Smoke
easy.
show there.
Easy.
3 white lights. That is a
He's
great lift
happy
for
after
Brandon
that. He
Jones.
knows that that was a
He
good
is
lift.
Fired up.
Next on the platform, Sean Mills.
Now Sean Mills, 200 kilos on the bar for him. Like we said, he opened up, matching his personal best. Jumping 7.5 kilos here to the big 200 kilo milestone. likely has hit this in training, but this is going to lock up that big milestone on the platform for him. Being coached on the side by Joey Flex. Currently, he's forecasted at a 862.5 kilo total. Again, he's going to need to cross over that big 910 from the regular session. Now, of course, the forecasted just takes into account this lift as well as his opening deadlift. See how 200 kilos moves.
A little slow.
Yeah, a bit slow, but it is a 7.5 kilo PR
Yeah.
for him. Probably going to take a small jump from there.
Yeah.
Maybe even 2.5 or 5 kilos, just given that he is fighting against that huge 9-10 kilo total and needs every lift in order to contend with it.
Grant Arverson jumping up 7.5 to 202.5 kilos. So he pretty much did his opener twice. So wonder if that's going to take a toll on him,
Yeah, we'll have to see.
regardless of
Grant
how easy it
Iverson.
is.
Previous best at 211.5. Again, we haven't seen him compete in about a year, minus his qualifying total for this meet. Kind of similar to Sean's.
Yeah.
Moved relatively slower, but not an all-out grinder. He's got some room in the tank. And now Joe Borenstein.
203 kilos.
I mean, this is a phenomenal bench press even in the open division. And Joe Borenstein, as a young junior, just moved up into the class, trying to hit this national record with 203 kilos. That is 447 pounds for the young junior.
It's the heaviest lift in this flight so far, and he's only an 83 kilo lifter.
Wow, yeah, he's
So
closing
impressive.
out the flight.
So impressive.
So impressive. Like, and he's not even going to age out the juniors next year. He's still got more time. Let's see this 203 kilo attempt.
Yep.
I
Easy.
wonder where he goes from there, because he has hit that big 210 in the gym. I don't think he's going to jump up all the way.
Getting up kind of slow. I think something happened on that third squat.
You think so? Yeah, I think he might have been getting up kind of slow.
A little sluggish there.
He was grinding out that third squat, and the bar dipped. The spotters had to take it. We'll have to see what happens comes deadlifts. But yeah, he locks up that national record regardless on his second attempt.
All right, now we're back to the top of the order for the third attempt for this flight.
Bodie Lacoe, 2.5 kilo jump, relatively conservative. I mean,
Really
he's-
conservative, yeah. I mean, his
he's
entire
second
session so far, he's been pretty conservative on squats also.
Yeah, I mean, if he gets this lift in and hits his opener, he's going to walk away the national champion, contending with that big 555 kilo total from the regular session.
Honestly,
Well,
that might have been a good call.
you know what? It moved well, but it was just the slightest bit shaky off
Yeah.
the chest, or
Yeah.
like a very, very slight sticking point. So yeah, I think that was a good call from him.
If I'm not mistaken, his own brother's handling him also, so it's probably his
Really?
training partner also. Just knows him. Just
Yeah,
knows,
they're in a
knows his brother.
powerlifting family there. Justin Chapa, 130 kilos on the bar for him.
It's a big jump from his second attempt. Especially
that-
for a 53 kilo lifter.
Yeah, as a 53 kilo lifter, this is nearly 2.5 times his body weight here. Missed that opening attempt, he timed out his opening attempt actually, so took that 2.5 kilo jump, trying to make up some ground. Locked up staying in the meet by getting that attempt in, now taking the jump to 7.5 kilos.
A little bit too
It's
much
not
on the
gonna
day.
go, just a little too much. Still walks away with that 122.5.
Yeah.
And for Justin, I mean, he is, as long as he makes his deadlift, he's going to be good, walking away with that national title.
Next up, we have Asante Gordon with 137.5 kilos. Like we mentioned before, he's a really big deadlift, so he just got to make sure he hits all of his bench press attempts to stay in the game, in the running for that podium.
Yeah, I mean, he jumped up 5 kilos here. If he gets this lift, that's just going to be 5 kilos less that he's going to have to deadlift at the end of the day in order to
That's a
get
good way of putting
over
it, too.
what Miguel's total is.
Just a little bit too much on the day.
Barely too much, and it's a difficult call. I mean, jumping 2.5 kilos potentially would have been the right move there.
Yeah.
But another way to look at that is that he is not missing out on too much. He only jumped up.
Yeah.
He jumped up 5 kilos, potentially missed out on 2.5. Given that he has the deadlift advantage, he's going to be able to see exactly what he needs to cross over Miguel's total. All
And now
right,
we're getting Austin Nikolai. He only went up 2.5 for his third, so he's going to match his
I
PR
think that's the right move. His second attempt moved well, but just a little bit sticky. I think that's the right move. Let's see how it goes. 314 pounds for the young junior. Wow, and yep, that was the right call.
What a fight.
You said that he can grind out a bench, and there
What
it is.
a fight there.
3
No
white
downward
lights.
movement.
That is a good lift for Austin Nikolai.
Like I said, guys, it doesn't matter how slow the lift is. As long as it goes up with no downward movement, it is a good lift.
6 for 6 on the day. Austin Nikolai.
What an execution there.
If he's able to carry over that big 300 kilos from the gym, he's going to end up with a 700.5 kilo total.
Which is insane in the 66 kilo weight class.
Yeah, we're going to have to see that come deadlifts. Now, Miguel, 155 on the bar, just took that 2.5 kilo jump. Again, trying to hold his own against Asante Gordon. They're going to be going back and forth between silver and bronze medal.
Saw a little bit of downward move. Yeah, too much on the day.
It was downward movement. The chief referee said just rack it.
Yeah.
Just too much, but again, he just jumped 2.5 kilos, so in his mind's eye, he can be at peace, knowing that he left all that he could on the platform with that 152.5.
Next up, we got Tony. He jumped up 5 kilos. This is a smart call for him. Like we mentioned before, he's in a really tight race with Matt Fodrell, his competition. So he needs to make sure that he executes right now on bench, knowing that he has the higher deadlift.
Yeah, you've got to hit what you have on the day, especially when you're in these tight battles.
Yeah.
Tony has previously hit 170.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah, easy. Conserve some energy leading into deadlifts.
Definitely had the extra 2.5 if he opted for that, but that was a good call.
Gets a red card based on bench depth, but he still gets that lift to the 1.
All right, got to pay attention to this because this is probably one of the most important
This
lifts
is pivotal
for the entire meet. Matt Fodrell jumped up 5 kilos after his missed attempt at 170 due to elbow depth. And this is a really big bench for him.
Having to adjust his wrist wraps just off the platform there.
He's really got to make sure that he sinks it deep enough to make sure that his elbows hit depth.
Yeah, and it's a difficult thing to adjust on the day. I mean, if you're used to training a certain way, make some adjustments, could make the lift move a lot slower. His second attempt flew, so had to jump 5 kilos. A little bit dicey, but let's see how it goes.
Big risk, high reward. A lot of shoulder internal rotation.
Wow.
Grinded through it. I don't
And
think I
it
saw
is
any downward
very,
movements
very
also.
hard to grind through a bench like that, especially when you're so
And
technical.
he got the lift.
To the 1.
What a huge lift for
Let's
Matt.
see this on the replay. See that bench depth.
Yeah.
Can't really see it based on the rack. It's borderline. It's borderline, and that's
He
why
got
the
it.
chief referee
2 to
gave that
1.
red card. But he gets it, picks up that extra 12.5 kilos. That is pivotal in that fight between him and Tony Wen. Currently on forecasted totals, they're separated by 10 kilos. They could change their deadlift opener.
Yep.
We're going to have to see that unfold as Tony Wen has the deadlift advantage. But first, Ian McKenna, 195 kilos on the bar for his third and final attempt in the 93 kilo class. Likely going to be fighting for potentially a podium spot. He could make some bigger jumps in the deadlift. But let's see this 195 kilo bench first, trying to go 3 for 3. Oh, it's fast off the chest, but just a little too much for Ian. Let's see if he could have had a bit of a misgroove. But I just think the strength wasn't there today. Now, Sean Mills.
He jumped up 2.5 kilos from his second attempt. I think this is a good call.
Yeah, again, he is going to have to hit every single attempt to try to hit that big 910 kilo total, cross over the 910 kilo total. Wow, and yep, you are right. That was the proper call. Just not going to be there today for Sean Mills. At least he has the peace of mind knowing that
It was only 2.5 kilos.
Yeah, only 2.5
Yeah.
kilos. That was the minimum amount you could
Yeah.
jump. Still hit 200 kilos.
Yeah.
Sean Mills is going to have to deadlift a big 368 kilos.
I think we're going to see him load it too.
I think he's going to load it no matter what.
Yeah, I think we're going to see him load it.
Now, Brandon Jones.
205 kilos, 451 pounds.
205 kilos.
From a 93 kilo junior.
Phenomenal. I mean, this is just about 15 kilos under the world record in the class. 205 kilos. Brandon needs these extra 5 kilos, trying to keep on pace with Aiden Rader's total. Trying to become the national champion here.
And that was
His
easy,
first
too.
national
He
level
had
meet.
another at least
He
2.5
had like
on there.
10 kilos there.
Yeah. He's on the bench. He's on the
So
bench.
hype here at his first national championships, really living the moment. And yeah, Brandon Jones, he is going to need a...
He's 6 for 6 right now.
Yeah, he's 6 for 6. And actually, interesting situation here where him and Aiden weigh the exact same. So that means that
Cool.
Brandon is going to have to out-total Aiden outright. He is going to need a 305 kilo deadlift in order to hit 817.5 over Aiden. Now moving on to Grant Iverson, 205 kilos, just a 2.5 kilo jump. I think this is the right call. Ooh.
I think I saw a little bit of downward there. Let's see
I'm
what the
not
judges
sure.
say.
It was close. It was close. Let's see what the judges say.
Yeah.
Okay. The judges say that it was no lift based on downward motion. But he walks away with that 202.5.
Oh my goodness. We are seeing a
210.5.
210.5 kilo bench press attempt from Joe Bornstein.
Now, I'm worried that he could be trying to keep up pace based off how his squat event went. He hit 210 in the gym. His second attempt, it was smooth, but it was a bit slow. We'll have to see how this goes for him. But he can grind out a bench. He's got the heart in him.
Yeah, he hit 210 in the gym, and it was a really smooth bench.
Yeah,
there.
this is a phenomenal bench for any 83 kilo lifter, let alone a junior, just moving up into the weight class. 210.5. Let's see it, Joe. Oh, the fight comes, and he is ready for it. He keeps grinding it out.
Oh, my goodness.
Can he lock out? I don't know if that's locked out. Let's see what the judges say. 2-1, it's a no lift. Gets blue cards for downward motion. Let's see this on the replay. Oh, we're not going to get a replay. We are done with the bench press event. Exciting session all around. I don't even. Yep, they're gonna go to the jury. We'll keep you updated come time deadlifts if that ended up getting overturned. But yeah, exciting session all around. We saw national record attempt. We saw Austin Nikolai match his PR. The battle between Tony and Matt Vaudreau unfolded with Matt getting that pivotal third attempt bench press. Don't go anywhere. We will see you in 10 short minutes for the deadlift event where we will wrap up the junior primetime session. Placings will be decided.
Pulls are going to be taken for the
jockeying
win
around.
in the
Yeah,
next flight.
It's really going to be a deadlift event that you're not going to want to miss. We will see you in 10 minutes for the deadlifts of the junior primetime session of Powerlifting America Classic Age Division Nationals. Welcome back to the Junior Primetime session of the 2024 Powerlifting America Classic Age Division Nationals. I'm your host, Adriana Davis, joined in the booth by Nico Flores. We are going to get started here in the final event of the day, the deadlifts. This is where placings are decided. People jockey around for position. You can have attempt changes in the final deadlift. It's going to be good. Octavia Hill starting us off with a 160-kilo deadlift.
Easy.
Yeah,
Easy
looked
looking
well
opener.
for her. She's in the 57-kilo class. Got a phenomenal deadlift on her. Has a best deadlift of 185 kilos. Gonna have to contend with that regular session total of 380. That deadlift gave her a 370-kilo total. Now in the 63-kilo class, Daisy Ariola Garcia coming in fired up for her opening attempt with 170 kilos. This will give her a 430-kilo total. Interested to see what the call is there. Okay, through at lights, good lift. I thought that potentially her shoulders could have threatened to be soft, but we'll see how that plays out in her second and third deadlifts. Now Chelsea Enamore opening up with a 170-kilo deadlift.
It looks like she's just getting a total today.
I think she might be. Now she's got a best deadlift of 227.5. Probably just getting a total, knowing that she just needs a total to lock up that national title win. Now the world's team spots are decided. Yeah, as expected, very easy for her. Now those world's team spots, she might not be coming out for her deadlifts.
I think she's done for the day already.
I think she's done, shaking the judges' hands, giving some respect there. And I mean, with that
That's all she needed for today.
Yep, that's all she needed. Walked away with that national championship win in her debut in the junior division.
Congratulations to her. Punch her ticket to Worlds.
Now Haley Hunter, 180 kilos for her opening deadlift. Not having the best day so far, only walking with her openers on squat and bench. I think they might have even lowered this deadlift opener. I don't quite remember. But 180 kilos. See how this moves for her. Trying to end off the day strong. Yeah, moves are right. I think today just might not be her day. Just a little slow towards the end. But she locks up the total. Currently sitting at a 457.5 kilo total.
Next up, we got Natalie Hunter with 187.5 kilos as her opening attempt.
Phenomenal. This is going to give her a 478 kilo total. If Angelina Martinez makes her opener, she'll be sitting at a 460 kilo total.
Her and Angelina are, Natalie's only 6 for 6 right now. Angelina's 5 for 6 right now. Both really close.
Yeah, both executing on the day. Angelina only missing her third bench. Let's see how Natalie moves this.
Yeah.
Really taking her time with her setup. Getting locked in to that proper form.
Really
Easy.
snappy.
She's got a super snappy deadlift on her.
She's got a really closed off stance.
3 white lights.
Now Layla Soto coming out to a 190 kilo deadlift.
She is well within the lead here too.
Yeah, well in the lead. With this deadlift, pretty much going to lock up that national title.
We're going to see if she actually comes out for her doubles today too.
I think they're going to want to push it. Let's see.
Yeah, that was really easy.
Yeah, very easy for Layla. 546 total based off that
Phenomenal.
opening attempt. Really just phenomenal in that 84 kilo division. The current world record, or excuse me, not the world record, the winning total from last year was 565.5. So even with that 546, she will be right in the mix leading into Junior Worlds. Now Asha Hopkins, 192.5. Let's see how this moves. Have a great bench press event. Moves well.
Yeah, really easy.
Yeah, I mean, she's made some progress across all 3 lifts. Just wasn't really able to show it in the squat event. Wasn't able to squat deep enough.
Really happy we're seeing some smiles from her though. She really turned it around after that squat. Next up is Angelina Martinez opening up with 195 kilos. She's a really strong deadlifter.
Yeah, she's going to have the deadlift advantage here. Has a best deadlift of 212.5.
If I'm not mistaken, you said she's pulled 500 pounds before, right?
Yeah, she has attempted to pull 500 pounds before. Not exactly sure what she's done in training, but
Yeah.
she's got a very strong deadlift on her.
Let's see if she loads whatever it takes to place first in her division.
Yeah, I mean, given that the deadlifts are the last event of the day, you are going to have that advantage if you have the higher deadlift of lifting
Yep.
after your competitors. Yeah, very easy attempt there.
Yep. Just glided across her thighs with the baby powder.
Through her lights, good lift for Angelina.
We're going to see a battle in that weight class.
Next on
Now,
the
and Tara
platform,
Jackson,
Tara
195
Jackson.
for her opening attempt. Not going to be contending with Layla Soto for the title, but Antara's going to be fighting it out with Alexa to see who walks away with silver, who walks away with bronze. With that deadlift, that's going to be a good lift. That locks up a 487.5 kilo total for
Ladies and gentlemen,
Antara.
attention please. We have a national record attempt.
National record attempt on Carolyn
Oh
Connor's
my goodness. On an
opening
opener.
attempt.
On an opener.
On an opening attempt. And this would seem a bit ambitious just because her previous best deadlift is 202.5. But watching her training,
There's a white on one side. Good call by her spotter there.
Good call from the coaching staff, catching that mistake. Now they're going to check both sides. Really close call. I mean, she's about to get set up for the pull.
Really, really good call there.
Just making sure to correct that. Karen looked a little bit fumbled by that, but she is going to get focused back up. She's an executionist, not going to rattle her too much. And yeah, this would already be a 0.5 kilo PR for her in the deadlift. She has just had some of the most amazing progress I've ever seen from a newcomer in the sport.
Yep, that was really easy.
Yeah, so easy.
That was a
for
PR
her.
and it was really easy, and it was a national
And a
record.
national record. 3 white lights for Carolyn. That's a good lift. In the total, that currently puts her at a 493.5 kilo total.
Yep.
That is already, I mean, her previous best total was 477.5 at Junior Worlds.
We also need to mention that that just solidified her ticket to Worlds after securing that lift. So she's pretty much already won.
Yeah, Haley would have to pull off something big here to beat out Carolyn. But now Alexa Brianna, 205 kilos. Big deadlifts here, 451 pounds for opening attempt.
Like I mentioned with her, she's been able to execute after that first mishap on squat. Every single one of her lifts has looked really good after that.
Yeah, and it's really awesome to see these lifters who are so new to the game. I mean, she just started powerlifting in 2023, still being able to execute. Octavia Hill in the 57 kilo division, 170 kilos on the bar for her. This is going to cross her over. This is going to match the total from the regular session from Aliki Amir, but Octavia weighs lighter.
Yeah.
So
It's a
this
big
is
pull for
going
her.
to lock up that national championship. Oh, and it's a bit of a fight off the ground,
And she gets it.
but she's able to lock it up. Octavia Hill, with that deadlift, is your 57 kilo national champion.
And she's really happy because she knows about that one too. She still has one more attempt also if she wants to.
Now, Daisy Ariola Garcia, 180 kilos on the bar for her. Had a bit of a scare in the squat session after missing her opener and third attempt on depth, but was still able to get a squat in. Turned around on bench, went 3 for 3. Gonna try to do the same in the deadlifts.
A little sticky at lockout, but it was still a smooth lift.
Yeah, sticky at lockout. If you pay attention to her training, it's almost always sticky at lockout, honestly. She can grind out a deadlift. She can grind out her lifts. But yeah. Now Haley Hunter taking a 7.5 kilo jump to 187.5.
Next on the platform, Haley Hunter.
Haley trying to finish out the day strong. Actually go 3 for 3 in the deadlifts. Currently sitting at a 457.5 kilo total. Yeah, and it's a bit slow, but she locks it out. Through it lights, good lift. Yeah, could be dealing with something there. But she gets that second attempt in. Probably going to be taking either just a 2.5 kilo jump, or we could potentially see her scratch her third deadlift, maybe not wanting to risk injury.
Next up, we have Natalie Hunter jumping up 12 kilos from her opener. Rightfully so. That opener was really easy.
Yeah, super, super easy opening attempt from Natalie. Building up into the weight class is paying off. 200 kilos will already be a deadlift PR for her. And this is going to give her a 490.5 kilo total.
Massive total.
Yeah, huge total in the 63 kilo class. At her debut to the Powerlifting American National stage. Taking her time with her setup.
Snappy,
Oh, yeah.
really snappy. Once it leaves the floor, it's pretty much locked out already.
That moved really, really well. That was a great attempt from Natalie Hunter. She competed a couple months ago, tried for 202.5 and ended up missing it twice. So to come back, hit that 200 kilos so easily, phenomenal from her. Now Layla Soto, pretty much already locked up that national championship, trying to add 10 kilos here, 200 kilos on the bar, and this is actually going to chip her previous best total at 555.5. This will give her a 556 total. And it was easy.
Easy. Like I
Done
mentioned
with
before,
ease.
she's already locked up her title, so she's just adding more onto her total right now.
Yeah, she could even jump 10 kilos from there, chip the winning performance from last year's Junior Worlds, kind of make a statement saying, hey, I'm going to be right in the mix.
Which is insane to do, so that's a huge statement to make.
And Tara Jackson, 205 kilos on the bar here. She's been on this stage before, is the current national champion from last year, has been to the world stage. Battling out with newcomer Alexa. See who gets that silver medal.
A little slow, but we've seen her grind through her lifts today, so.
Yeah, she just seems like a lifter where a lot of her lifts will just kind of look slow and she's able to grind it out. But yeah, a little sticky towards lockout. So in that weight class, in the 84 kilo podium battle, currently that puts Tara at a 497.5 kilo total. But first, Angelina Martinez, big 15 kilo jump here to 210 kilos. This will give her a 475 kilo total.
Yeah, 15 kilo jump.
15 kilo jump. Want to see how this moves. Only 2.5 kilos under her best, and she will have the final say. Now she is, if she makes this deadlift, going to be about 15 kilos behind Natalie. Very fast off the ground, a little sticky towards the lockout. Throw it lights, good lift.
It's
She's
gonna be a
happy
real
with
fight
it.
for her final attempt.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see if they end up loading up for the win, if they've got silver medal locked up.
I don't see a reason why they shouldn't, you know?
Yeah, I mean, you've got nothing to lose. We'll be interested to see that. Now, Asha Hopkins, 210
Her opener
kilos.
looks very, very good.
Yeah, her opener looked good. She's trying to finish out the day strong after not having the squat day she wanted. 210 for Asha.
Yep, easy.
Yeah, solid.
That was a big jump, too.
Yeah. Through it, let's good lift.
She's got one more lift on the day.
Please, we have another national record attempt.
Carolyn Connor, 213 kilos on the bar for her. This is a national record for Carolyn Connor in the 69 kilo class. This will cross her over the big 500 kilo total boundary. Okay, they had to call bars loaded there before she came out. That would rattle me a little bit, but she's going to get focused up for this 213 kilo deadlift.
Based off her opening attempt, this should be a
This
smoke
should go.
show.
I mean, she has just had some phenomenal progress in the gym. This is going to give her a 503.5 kilo total. She placed 4th at last year's Junior World Championships. Going to be right in the mix
Yeah,
by the
real
time
easy.
Malta comes around. Carolyn Connor 213 is easy for her second attempt. Through her lights, it's a good lift. Hits that big 500 kilo milestone. I mean, that's a milestone many open lifters are trying to hit, let alone juniors.
Next on the platform, Alexa Brianna.
Next up, we got a 220 kilo deadlift from Alexa Brianna.
Wow, and Alexa, really a battle between her and Antara, trying to see who walks away with the silver medal. This is going to give her the exact same total that Antara's at.
That was a strong deadlift, too. Really, really smooth. Oh, she got 2 reds there from the judges.
Let's see this
Maybe a little bit of
replay. She
ramping?
gets a blue, probably so, probably for supporting on the thighs.
Yeah, a little bit.
National record attempt.
She'll have one
it's
more
a close
attempt.
Call. They're walking over to the jury. I think they might be having that conversation. No, they turn away. So she gets that blue cards for supporting on the thighs, gets a red card for not being locked out. But she's going to have another attempt at
And
it.
we're already at the 3rd attempt for our first flight.
Octavia Hill locked up that national championship on her second attempt.
This is a national record attempt right here.
This is going to be a national record for Octavia. 177.5 from a 57 kilo lifter. This is going to give her a 387.5 kilo total.
A little bit too much on the
Just
day.
too much.
She's already your champion, but she's walking away, going to Worlds. So literally after this, she can't be mad about that still. National record attempt.
Now Daisy Ariola Garcia, 10 kilo jump to 190. Had to take those headphones
So
out.
locked in.
190 kilos for Daisy. This is gonna match her deadlift PR. Give her a 450 kilo total. She's already got the bronze medal locked up in the 63 kilo class. Let's see her hit this final attempt. Can she grind it out, lock it out? She's still fighting with it, but unfortunately, just a little too much on the day. I think 2.5 less, and that could have gone. And now, Haley Hunter, I think she is going to, oh, okay, she's coming out. 190 kilos on the bar for Haley Hunter's final attempt. Trying to go 3 for 3 in the deadlifts after having a shaky squat and bench event. Trying to end off the day strong. This will give her a 467.5 kilo total. Let's see her do it. Finish the day. Oh, can she fight through it? It's not gonna go. I think she's all right. Still walks away with that 187.5 kilo total.
Next on the platform,
Natalie Hunter. Jumping up 7.5 kilos to 207.5. Already sitting at a phenomenal 490.5 kilo total. This is going to give her a 498 kilo total.
It's a pretty
For
big cushion for her,
reference,
too.
The world record total in the class is 505.5. Just having a phenomenal day thus far. Can she go 9 for 9? So focused with that setup. Okay. Oh,
Oh, a little bit too much.
drops it at the top. Just gonna be, I mean, honestly, towards the top, it did look like she potentially wasn't gonna be able to lock it out. Drops it, still walks away with that 490.5 kilo total. We're gonna have to see if Angelina Martinez is gonna decide to just load it up, pull for the win. But first, Antara Jackson jumping 5 kilos here.
I think this is the right call, too, based on the way her second moved.
Yeah, this is currently she's sitting in second place. And given that Alexa missed her second attempt, actually. So she's trying to add 5 kilos here. Push Alexa out of reach.
Grinded through.
Still fighting with it. Unfortunately, that's going to be a no lift. And I kind of saw it too. Gets those red cards for not fully locking out the shoulders. Gets a blue card for supporting on the thighs. So for Antara, she's going to end off with a 497.5 kilo total. And Alexa currently has in 230, but she could drop down to 220 kilos to try to pull from bronze to silver. But first, Layla Soto, she did exactly what she said she could do. 210 kilos on the bar for her. This is going to give her a big 566 kilo total. Going to chip the winning total from last year's Junior Worlds. Kind of making a statement here saying, hey, I'm going to be right in the mix come time for Malta. Oh, and yeah, she kind of knows it. That's not going to count. She was not able to fully lock it out at the top, and her grip was also starting to slip. Let's see that on the replay. Strength was there, but at the top just isn't able to hang on, and she knew it too. She still walks away with a 556 kilo total. Phenomenal total for an 84 kilo junior, and she's going to walk away that national champion in that class. And now Angelina Martinez not going to pull for the win over Natalie Hunter. Going to take a 5 kilo jump here to try to total 480. She's already got the silver medal locked up. This is going to match her all-time best total. And it's going to match her all-time best total at a lower body weight as well.
That was a good lift.
I think that was a good call.
Yeah, good call. I don't know if she had the extra 15 to...
Yep, 3 white lights. Yeah, she would have had to pull 10 kilos more than
Yeah.
that. So I think that was a good call there.
Really
Just
great
ended
day
the day.
for her, though. Really
yeah,
great day.
8 for 9 on the day. 480 kilo total is still nothing to sneeze at. And, you know, that could be the smart move, given that there could be classes where they double up.
Yep.
So she could be trying to put up the best total she can to try to get perhaps the alternate team spot or the second place spot. Now, Carolyn Connor, 218 kilos.
Another national record attempt.
Carolyn Connor is already your 3-time national champion in the 69 kilo junior class. Trying to hit a 508 kilo total here, 218 for her final attempt. Trying to break her own national record. See what the judges say. She locks it out, but she knows it. That's going to be a no lift. Let's see on this replay here. I believe that was
Hitching.
for supporting on the thighs.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, right there a little bit. She kind of gets her knees under the bar.
The strength is there for that. She's definitely going to take that
The
again
strength
at
is
least
there.
at Worlds.
She still walks away your national champion. Is going to return to the World Championships with a big 503.5 kilo total. Now, Asha Hopkins, 220 kilos on the bar for her.
It's a national record attempt right here, too.
Yeah, trying to end off the day strong after a shaky squat event. Oh, wow. It's a fight for Asha.
That was a clean
and she
lift,
is up
too.
for the fight. Judges say 3
Lift is
white
good.
lights. What a moral victory for Asha Hopkins.
100%.
I am so glad she came out for the bench and
100%.
deadlift. I mean, she unfortunately is not able to register a total based off not getting a squat in. But after that, she didn't miss a lift from there.
Yep. She really, really turned it around after that.
Yeah.
I'm really happy for that. Next up, we have Alexa Brianna loading 225 kilos, 496 pounds.
Yeah, just below 500 pounds here. For Alexa Brianna, only been in the game since 2023, already getting so close to 500 pounds. Missed her second attempt, opted to go up anyways. Oh, let's see it. Let's see what the judges say. Looked a little cleaner to me, maybe a little, okay.
And the lift is
2
good.
to 1, that's
Got
a
it.
good lift for Alexa, ending off the day, pulling into the silver medal over Antara Jackson. Awesome lifting, and now that was it for the Flight A of the
Congratulations to
Junior
all the
Primetime
females that
session.
competed tonight.
Yeah,
That was a phenomenal show
congratulations
from all of them.
to all of our winners in the 57 kilo division. Octavia Hill is your champion. In the 63 kilo battle, Natalie Hunter walks away with the title, 490.5. In the 69 kilo class, Carolyn Connor is your 3-time national champion. And now, unfortunately, Joe Borenstein, he has to take a token deadlift. Really unfortunate, just considering he had a lot of hype going into the meet, just solidifying his total there with 65 kilos. I believe he unfortunately hurt his back. He was having some back pain coming into this meet. On that squat, especially that third attempt squat where he was having to grind it out. I think he kind of re-injured that back. He's
Really
going to rest up. He's going to come back.
sure.
Yeah, very unfortunate to see.
Next on the platform, Justin Chapa.
Justin Chapa, 207.5 for his opening deadlift. This is nearly a 4 times body weight pull.
That is impressive.
3.9 for Justin Chapa in the 53 kilo class. Gets a little bit of a delayed down command. All right, that chief referee thought that it wasn't locked out, but the lift is still good.
If I'm not mistaken, that's all he needed to become the national champion, correct?
Yes. Yeah, Justin Chapa with that deadlift secures that national title with a 505 kilo total, approaching 10 times body weight. Now Miguel, 227.5 for his opening. Oh yeah, and he knows it. At the top, he unfortunately had a little bobble there. And that can happen.
Kind of too fast there, you know?
Yeah, it was fast. So we'll have to see if he repeats that or just stays there. He is in a bit of a podium battle there with Asante Gordon.
Bodie Laco opening with 250 kilos in the 59 kilo weight class.
And Bodie Laco, with this opening deadlift, is going to secure yet another national title for him. Oh my gosh.
Easy.
Bodie Laco, 250 kilos. That is a huge deadlift in the 59 kilo class. Smokes it on his opener. 560 kilo total secured for him. Asante Gordon opening up with 252.5 kilos. Going to give him a 592.5 kilo total.
Like we mentioned before, he's in a battle for second place with
Miguel.
Miguel.
Easy. 252.5. And we talked about this earlier, but Asante is going to have that deadlift advantage over Miguel. So at the end of the day, going to know exactly what he needs to hit to try to pull over him. Now in the 74 kilo battle, Matt Fodrill, with this opening attempt of 267.5, is going to have a 692.5 kilo total. Tony Nguyen coming out after him, going to have a 702.5 kilo total. Let's see how this moves for Matt. We can kind of compare the speeds of their openers, give some sort of indication.
Ooh,
wow.
Really easy. Take a big jump after that.
3 white lights, good lift from Matt Fodrill.
He knows it too. Knows it was easy. Next we got Austin Nikolai with 275 kilos in the 66 kilo class.
Austin Nikolai, young junior in the game, 275 on the bar for him. This is a huge deadlift. The deadlift is his specialty in the 66 kilo class. This will give him a 675.5 kilo total. Again, if he makes the proper jumps, if it's there on the day, he pulls that big 300 kilos, he could be crossing over the 700 kilo total. And with this deadlift, he pretty much locks up that national title. Yeah,
Easy.
so easy. His deadlift training has really been going great. 3 white lights, good lift for Austin. Locks up the total, or locks up the title with a 675.5 kilo total. Now, Tony Nguyen,
Big opener here.
702.5, 280 kilos. Tony's going to have the deadlift advantage over Matt. So easy for Tony Nguyen. Really interested to see where he jumps from there.
It's going to be a really close battle here. Next up, we have Brandon Jones opening up at 282.5. Like you mentioned before, he's in a battle against someone that competed in the morning session.
Brandon Jones. This is going to give him a 795 kilo total. Lock up silver medal for him in the class, but Aiden Rather totaled 815. This will give Brandon a 795 kilo total. Very easy. Locks up the total, locks up the silver medal in the class. 3 white lights for Brandon. Now, Ian McKenna, lifting as a guest lifter in the 93 kilo class. They made that correction. 290 kilos for him for his opening attempt. Now, since he is a guest lifter, he's not going to be contending for any placings, but he can still put up a phenomenal total in the class.
Easy. Easy opening attempt at 290.
Yeah, super easy for Ian. Starting off the deadlifts well. Especially after having kind of a scare in the squats where he opened up a little heavy. Now, Grant Iverson, 290 kilos on the bar for him. This will give him a 775 kilo total. Now, we had 2 lifters earlier. Connor Parks, total 792.5. Josiah Richardson, total 782.5. So this will lock up bronze medal for Grant, but he wants more than that. He's going to want the gold.
Yeah, that was easy. He's got a lot more in the tank with him.
Yeah, super easy. 3 white lights. Yeah, kind of shrugs off, saying, as expected, super easy opener for him.
Next up, we got Sean Mills, loading with 310 kilos for his opening attempt.
Sean Mills is going to need a 368 kilo deadlift to pull for the win over Jaden Edwards' total.
This has got to move, and he's got to take big jumps after this.
I mean, I expect this to fly, but let's see it out of Sean Mills.
Yep.
Super easy. Expect him to make some big jumps from there. 3 white lights. It's a good lift. Yeah, we are already back to the top of the order. Justin Chapa, 227.5 for his second attempt. I mean, Justin Chapa really coming into his own here in the junior division. The winning total from last year's Junior World was 472.5. He's already got a 505 kilo total locked up.
Really impressive.
Yeah, from the 53 kilo lifter, this is going to give him a 525 kilo total when the world record currently sits around 555. And he's just aged into the juniors. Let's see this 227.5. Oh, it's slow. And locks it out, but unfortunately loses his balance there. Jumps the down command. Likely just going to repeat it.
Yeah.
Let's see how this moves here. It's slow too, so they're likely just going to repeat it. Yeah, just isn't able to hold form there, waiting for that down command. Has already locked up the national title. Now, Miguel missed his opening attempt. Similar story, kind of bobbled at the top. Added 10 kilos.
I think it was a good call because this first opener moved really, really easily. Now he's in the meet.
He's in the meet. Again, in that kind of battle here between him and Asante for silver and gold.
Bodie Lacoe jumped 27.5 kilos for his second attempt. What a jump. Well, I mean, rightfully so. His opener flew.
Bodie Lacoe already sitting at a 560 kilo total. This is going to give him a 577.5. He's already your national champion. He's a veteran in the game here, has been to the World Championships. Gonna be making his return.
That was
wow.
so easy.
That is a phenomenal deadlift in the 59 kilo class. Nearly 600 pounds there. Really excited to see where he jumps for his third and final attempt. Now, Asante Gordon, 267.5 for his second attempt. This will give him a 607.5 kilo total, while Miguel currently sits at a 615 kilo total. So Miguel, I think really the right call there for him to jump those 10 kilos anyways. But let's see Asante move this 590 kilo deadlift, 590 pounds, excuse me.
Patient off the floor, and once it gets past his shins, it's pretty much already a good lift.
Yeah, that was a big deadlift, but it moved fairly well for him. Now Matt Fodrell taking a 20-kilo jump here, trying to keep up with Tony Wen.
Yeah, his opening attempt flew too.
Flew, absolutely flew. This is gonna give him a 712.5 kilo total. Tony currently sits at 702.5. Of course, Tony has not done his second attempt yet. Let's see.
Easy.
Not even that difficult for Matt Fodrell. 3 white lights, it's a good lift for Matt. He is currently at a 712.5 kilo total. Pulls into provisional first over Tony. But Tony's gonna come out to a big deadlift in just a few lifters. But first, we've got Austin Nikolai.
Loading 290 at 66 kilos.
Absolutely insane. Austin Nikolai has a personal best deadlift of 295. Let's see how this moves, if he's going to be able to load up the big 300 kilo pull. Oh, I think he might do it. That moved well.
He is 8 for 8 right now.
He's really having a phenomenal day.
Phenomenal show.
Already locked up the junior national title. Just trying to put on the show here. Potentially cross over the magic 700 kilo mark. And now Tony Wen, 297.5 on the bar for him. This will give him a 720 kilo total. Both him and Matt making big jumps. Can Tony execute here?
Yeah.
Pulling him back into the lead over
That
Matt
was just
Fodrell. They're
as
going to
easy
go back
as
and
his
back.
opener.
That looked like an opener.
Yeah.
That honestly looked like an opener. And the thing is, Tony's going to have the deadlift advantage. He's going to be able to load up whatever he needs for the win. Matt Fodrell's just going to have to load up what he thinks he has, make sure he doesn't miss. Brandon Drones, so fired up here. 305 on the bar for his second attempt. This is going to give Brandon,
817.
this is going to lock up the national title over Aiden Rader. This is going to give him 817.5. Aiden totaled 815. Let's see it, Brandon. And I think he's done it. Gotta wait to see what the judges say. 3 white lights. Brandon Jones is heading to the World Championships in Malta.
He's not even done yet. He's got one more lift.
Secured, yeah, he's got one more lift. I don't even know what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
He locked that up on his second attempt, and his lifts throughout the day didn't look
Yeah.
didn't look that hard. He's got
Really,
room
really
in the tank
impressive.
there, leading into the Junior World Championships. Now Grant Iverson, 307.5. Similar story here. Grant is trying to pull into the lead over Connor Park's total from earlier. Let's see him do
He
it.
secures it.
like
Secured
he
that
secured it
national
there.
championship right there on that pole.
Grant Iverson is your, almost shrugs it off like it was way too easy. Grant Iverson is your 105 kilo junior national champion. Yeah, and Grant did that with ease.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see if he comes out for his dirt deadlift, how big of a jump he takes, trying to cross over the 800 kilo mark.
Next up, we got Ian loading up 312.5. Big jump from his opening attempt from 290. So
Yeah,
689 pounds right here.
Ian, this is going to be a 2.5 kilo deadlift PR for him. He's competing as a guest lifter in the 93 kilo class. This is going to give him a 787.5 kilo total. Still a very respectable total in that class. Yeah, and it moved well. Of course, a bit slower than his than his first attempt, but he took a big jump there, and it didn't slow him down that much.
Kind of hobbling off there, too. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, could be dealing with some pain there.
Next up, we have Sean Mills taking a 30-kilo jump from 310 to 340 kilos.
Yeah, and we knew that Sean Mills was going to have to take big jumps if he's going to want to pull for the lead over Jaden Edwards. 340 kilos on the bar here. 750 pounds.
Oh, my goodness.
Sean really has a big, big deadlift on him. This is going to give him a 882.5 kilo total. Still keep him in the bronze medal. Jaden Edwards totaled 910. Dante De Leon totaled 898.5. Sean's going to want to hit as much as he can to try to get on the world stage. I don't know if he's going to load up 368.5. He's giving the good. That moved well. 340 kilos.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see if he loads up for first place or second. Because if he loads up for second place over Dante De Leon, he could potentially still get a World's Team spot just based off if they bring 2 people in each weight class. But it's going to be dicey.
It's gonna be an interesting call there.
It's going to be interesting to see where they go.
Finally, the moment we've all been waiting for, our third attempt deadlifts from our male lifters.
Justin Chapa, 227.5 on the bar. Missed this on his second attempt, opting to repeat it. And he missed it based on he locked it out, but then kind of had a stumble, lost his balance, wasn't able to wait for that down command. Let's see him hit this. Big deadlift, giving me a big 525 kilo total. Can he keep there? Can he wait for that down command? Is it locked out? Let's wait to see what the judges say.
3 white lights
3
there.
white lights. Justin Chapa, in his first year as a junior, hits a phenomenal 525 kilo total. Just about 25, 30 kilos under the world record. First year as a junior.
That is so impressive.
Awesome job from Justin Chapa. National champion in the 53 kilo class. And now,
We're going to see a battle for 66 for the silver medal here.
yeah, let's see Miguel putting on 250 kilos. Currently in second place, trying to put on as much as he can to the total to pull Asante out of the pocket.
Smoke that. What a good call there.
Yeah, I think that was a really good call.
He's
3
happy.
white lights
He's
for
happy.
Miguel, and he is so excited with that. Hits a 627.5 kilo total.
Next up, we got Bodie Laco loading 275 kilos. This is a fairly conservative jump considering how well his second attempt moved.
Bodie Laco, over 600 pounds. Look at his face. He is so locked into this final attempt. National record attempt for Bodie Laco. 275 kilos in the 59 kilo class. This would cross over. This would actually match the junior world record in the deadlift, and he does it with ease.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Really
Bodie
easy.
Laco
Really
is
easy.
your national champion. Walks away with that national record, a matched deadlift world record for Bodie Laco, 275. And that's a big deadlift PR too. He's only hit 267.5 in the
That's
past.
a 7.5 kilo meat PR then.
And it was easy,
Yeah.
too. Bodie Laco is your 59 kilo national champion with a big 585 kilo total. That is in contention for the win at Junior Worlds. Super excited to see
Now
him
we're
in
loading up
Malta.
290 for Asante Gordon.
290 kilos for Asante. This is going to pull him from bronze to silver in the 66 kilo class over Miguel. It's a big ask for him,
Just a
and
little
it's
bit
just
too
not
much
going to be
today,
there
yeah.
today. Miguel walks away your silver medal in the 66 kilo class. Asante walks away your bronze.
We're loading national records for 74 kilo juniors. 300 kilos for Matt Fodrell's on the bar right now.
Tony Wen currently in the lead with a 720 kilo total. Matt Fodrell not too far behind with 712.5. Matt has got to load up what he thinks he has in order to fend off Tony, push Tony out of the pocket. This is going to give Matt a 725 kilo total, pulling him into first place for the time being. Oh my gosh, can he lock it out? Oh no. And you know what that
Slips on
means.
grip.
Matt Fodrell is going to be your silver medalist in the 74 kilo class. Tony Wen gonna walk away your national champion. Let's see this at the top. Just isn't able to fully lock it out and then slips on the grip.
Adriana, we're seeing a 305 kilo deadlift from Austin
Oh
Nicolai.
my gosh.
305 kilos.
Austin Nicolai.
We were predicting a 300 kilo
I
attempt.
thought he was gonna load up the 300 kilos. 305 kilos for the junior lifter. This is just 2.5 kilos under the open world record deadlift. This is gonna give Austin a huge total, 705.5 PR total for Austin Nicolai. Can he continue
my
to
goodness.
grind it out?
What
Austin
a fight.
Nicolai
He's
is up. He's up for the fight, but unfortunately,
A
it's
little
just
bit too
not
much.
going to be there today. I think the 300 could have been there, but you know what? They already walked away. Your national champion.
That was a really, really close attempt also.
They put up that attempt just because it was going to cross over his previous best total at 705. That would have given him a 705.5. Austin Nicolai Phenomenal performance, 690.5, your 66 kilo national champion. Now, Tony Nguyen, with Matt Fodrell missing his third attempt, Tony Nguyen is already your 74 kilo national champion. Going to be heading to the Junior World Championships in Malta, looking to walk away not only your champion, but also with a national record of 305.5. This will give him a 728 kilo total. Wait to see what the judges say. Is it locked out? And it is.
White lights.
3 white lights for the
That's
national champion.
27 white
Tony
lights
Nguyen.
also for the day for him.
Yeah,
27
Tony Nguyen.
white lights.
I mean, if we're looking at the board, Tony Nguyen had a phenomenal day, 9 for 9, 728 kilo total for Tony Nguyen at his debut to the Powerlifting America National stage. And what won the World Championships last year was 710 kilos, and he totaled 728. He's going to be right in the mix there for the Junior World title. And now Grant Iverson, with his second attempt, secured the 105 kilo title, trying to add 7.5 kilos. This is going to give him
800.
a big milestone of
800 kilos.
800 kilos. Let's see it, Grant. 315, and it isn't even that hard for him.
What a phenomenal showing from Grant today.
Yeah, Grant Iverson is your junior national champion. Walks away with that 800 kilo total.
Next up, we got Brandon Jones. He already solidified his first place on his second attempt, so he's loading
At his first
320.
national championships ever. Really making a jump here, 320 kilos, 700 pounds. Big milestone here for Brandon Jones. His previous best deadlift is 295.
It's a big PR.
This will give him a 832.5 kilo total. Can he do it? Brandon Jones.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
He's happy. He knows
What
that
a
was easy
performance
too.
from Brandon Jones. And he is fired up. He is your 93 kilo national champion with a big 832.5 kilo total. Brandon
Massive
Jones.
total.
And you know what won Worlds last year? 810. Brandon
Oh my
Jones
goodness.
at his first national championships walks away your winner. At his first World Championships is going to be right in the mix there for another title. And now Ian Messina, 325 on the bar for him.
6 reds on each side.
This is a big deadlift for a 93 kilo lifter. 716 pounds. Ian has previously hit 310 kilos. This is going to be a big 15 kilo
15
PR for
kilo
him
PR.
if he hits this. And you know why he loaded this up? This would give him the big 800 kilo total.
Yeah, big
Phenomenal
milestone.
total in the 93 kilo class. Oh my gosh. And he locks it out.
That was a
Holds
smooth
onto the
deadlift.
bar. Holds on a few extra seconds just to show that he is in control of it. 3 white lights.
He's
Ian
happy
Messina,
too.
800
He's
kilos in the
hyped up.
93 kilo class. And here we go. This is our final deadlift of the junior primetime session.
368 kilos, 811 pounds for Sean Mills.
Sean has loaded up exactly what he needs. This would give him a 910.5 kilo total.
Exactly what he needs to pull for first place.
First place over Jaden Edwards, 910 from the regular session. This would be a huge PR for Sean Mills if he's able to do this. His previous best deadlift was 350. His previous best total was 872.5.
And the entire crowd is
Comes down
electric
confident.
right now.
811 pounds for Sean Mills. The junior 120 kilo lifter.
He's locked in
Can
right
he
now.
lock up the national title here? Can he make it to the Junior World Championships? Let's see it, Sean. Lock it out. Stick with it.
Just a little bit too much got away from
Unfortunately
him.
for Sean, he's going to end up in the bronze medal in the 120. I mean, that was the right call. That was what you had to do.
Yeah.
Sean Mills going to end up in the bronze medal in the 120 kilo division with a still a great total, 882.5. And Jaden Edwards from the regular session having a big breakout meet, coming out of nowhere
Phenomenal
with
performance
a
from him.
910 kilo total. And that is it for the junior primetime session in the 53 kilo weight class. Justin Chapa is your champion with a 525 kilo total. We saw a phenomenal battle for the silver medal in the 66 kilo weight class with Austin Nikolai walking away with a 690.5 kilo total. Tony Wen won that battle of the 74s with a big 728 kilo
728
total.
is
I
massive.
mean, that's a great total. That's approaching 10 times body weight as a junior lifter. Awesome job from Tony Wen as well as Matt Fodrell. Brandon Jones walking with a huge 9-for-9 performance,
832.5.
Fantastic. Grant Iverson, the 105s, 800 kilo total. And yep, that is it. Thank you so much for joining us tonight at the Junior Primetime session of Powerlifting America Classic Age Division Nationals. I'm your host, Adriana Davis. I've been joined today by Nico Flores. And we'll see you at the next one.